What's going on, guys? I'm Jeff, the Yoshi Fanatic, and welcome to part 5, oh my goodness, of Super Mario World 2 plus a Yoshi's Island ROM hack. Guys, we actually made some pretty solid progress last stream. I even got a star on my profile. I 100% completed world number 3! And that took a lot longer than I had hoped, but you know what? It was worth it in the end. Even if I only 100% complete that one world, at least I can say I did at least one of them. How was your week, Jeff? Says Solar Flare. It was alright. A little busy, but you know what? It was alright. I've got to work a little bit this weekend. Well, probably about 10 hours worth this weekend, but you know what? I will take it as long as I'm still being paid hourly. But anyway, that's boring real life stuff. Other than that, my week was good. Anyway, welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome to Solar Flare, Blues Cat, Waddle Bottle, Matthew, and Graggle. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I hope your week was also good. And I hope you are looking forward to more Super Mario World 2 plus Yoshi's Island ROM hack. Guys, real quick, I have 4 streams left of this game before Princess Peach Showtime. I always mess up the title. But I have 4 streams left of Yoshi's Island ROM hack until Princess Peach Showtime comes out. I don't know how far we're gonna get, especially considering that I'm getting a pretty late start here. We'll see what happens. I am super doubtful that we'll actually get to 100% this before Princess Peach Showtime comes out. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll come back to this, maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. So, I got a girlfriend again. Hopefully this one lasts longer than a month, says Solar Flare. Good luck. Good luck, Solar Flare. You got that Riz? Princess Peach Showtime, says Blues Cat. Well... That might actually be a little less bad than, my always calling it Super Princess Peach Showtime. Well, someone knows where I live, so I think I might be screwed, says Graggle. Tread carefully, Graggle. Excuse me. World number 4. Let's go. So, like I said, we 100% completed World 3. I'm very stoked about that. We even did the extra level. And I'm very proud of that fact. Now, I'm still missing some stuff in 5 of the levels, or a combined total of 5 levels in Worlds 1 and 2. Again, highly doubtful that I'll have time to go back and get the 100% completion in all of those levels before Princess Peach Showtime comes out. So, more likely than not, we're just going to aim to beat this game before Princess Peach Showtime comes out. But we'll see. I'm not joking. Someone literally told me my father's exact profession, and they told me all about the cars in my driveway. We work on cars, says Graggle. That is a little scary. Again, tread carefully. World 4-1. Hopefully this can bring a little bit of levity to your situation. Welcome to Paradise? Paradise? That's not how you spell paradise. Should I be scared? I mean, potentially. Potentially speaking, I ought to be afraid. Is there anything up here? Probably not. What do you have to say for yourself, mister? Items are amongst the hidden... amongst the hidden in this level. Some items are covert, but others can be seen with careful eyes. Keep all eyes open to find items. All 2 of my eyes. Though, he's clearly telling me that for a reason. The reason I don't know yet. How long do you think the series will last? Well, like I said, Princess Peach Showtime comes out on the 22nd. So, I'm pretty much wrapping up the stream series at that time, and until then, I'm going to get as far as I can. So this stream series will likely consist of 8 parts, and will likely not get any further than that. Oh my. I mean, maybe I'll come back to this at some future date? Oh, crud. When you finish the game... What? Will I go pee? I mean, I'll probably go pee before I go to bed, so... I guess. Kinda seems like a silly question. So I feel like there's something in this tree here. I feel like I'm missing something. Anyways, Jeff. I'm switching the Jeff award system since nobody seems interested. I'll present some awards and you can present the majority. Alright, that sounds good. Okay, there's something in that tree. I'm really confused. Like, really confused. Did I get something? Doesn't look like it. That concerns me. I'm already questioning myself about 100% completion for this level, and I haven't even really started yet. Oh. Give me that. Hey, sorry I'm late, says Plush. No worries, you're not really that late. I'm sorry that I'm late. Welcome to the stream, Plush. How are you doing? I hope that your day was grand. Whoa! What in the world? Wait, hang on, what? Was there a red coin just now? I'm a little bit concerned. Potentially more than I was already. Wait a minute. Oh my. Just realized something. I have a red egg now. Man, yeah, I'm really worried. I'm worried for my personal well-being. I mean, it's not that big of a concern, it's just that... The fact that I might be missing some stuff already in the level and I've barely begun. I've barely just begun. There's gonna be a whole lot of hidden stuff in this level and I'm nervous. I gotta stop making this a habit, says Plush. What, getting to the stream late, or what? Jeff, I have an absolutely wild idea that I'm gonna DM you later, says Solar Flare. Oh, okay. Oh, there's a tap there. Give me that. I want it. I want it! Okay. Thank goodness I got it. Let me read a couple comments here. Matthew says, my baby brother is almost 2 months old. Wow. And how are you enjoying your new baby brother? That's always exciting. An exciting proposition, that is. Sky is very much, looking forward to having a third kid. We're not actively trying to have one yet. But, she's very excited about having a third. You could say she's a little baby crazy right now. Doesn't help that both her sister-in-law and her sister are having a baby, in the next couple months. So, I guess I don't really blame her. Oh boy. Hello, Heloy, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? I has arrived. Indeed you has. Actively trying. What? Says Solar Flare. You know. You know. You know what that means. Give me that. If it's a boy, name it after me, says Solar Flare. I have no idea what we're going to name our third. Sky has challenged me to, if it is a boy, then I have to come up with a name. Nice. What's that, hon? Oh yeah, since both of our sisters are having a girl here, Sky is also hoping for a boy. So, yeah, I suck at naming things. That'll be interesting to see what happens. Wait, you guys are having a third, says Plush? Not yet. Yeah, Sky notes that we will be aiming for March of next year to have a third. That's the current goal. But yeah, we are planning to have one. We just you know, we're not expecting yet. Don't get too excited. So what's the deal with this snowball? What's the deal with it? What are we doing? Name him Olimar, says Plush. I have a new favorite Bible verse that I've never heard before, says Solar Flare. What is it, pray tell? Share with the group. Share with the class. What is your new favorite verse? No, wait, name him Yoshi, says Plush. Probably, what we'll end up doing is, well, figure out one of the, biblical figures and, name our next son after him. Like, we had Jeremiah, who is obviously named after the prophet Jeremiah. And we'll probably continue on that trend. I'm just not sure what we're gonna pick yet. Jeff, if it's a boy, you should name it Solar Flare 824. Wait, something about you is different, says Heloy. I was wondering when someone would notice. Hi, Aurora. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to part 5 of Super Mario World 2 Plus. How are you? Jacob, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Isaac. What, you mean to tell me that Acts is not the name of a prophet in the Bible? Oh, hon. Aurora says, I'm doing alright. Glad to hear it, Aurora. Glad to hear it. Oh my goodness. Sneak attack. Who attacked me? Oh, it's a tap-tap. I should have recognized that fact. Your hair, says Heloy. Yes. My hair is different today. Sky wanted me to try a new hairstyle, and here I am trying it. We figured that since my hair has gotten to the length now where it no longer lays nicely when I brush it back, we would try something different. I don't know. I guess let me know what you guys think. Lol, acts. Wow! Hey, Soshi's here. Hello, Soshi the Yoshi. Mama Fire Plant lives on the other side of the river. Oh. Mama Fire Plant lives on the other side of the river, and I'm scared of water! You look fancy. Says Plush, thank you. It's probably the polo shirt, mostly. Oh, hello, Ethan. Welcome to the stream. I mean, hello there. Welcome to the stream. So, Sky and I went out for a belated, Valentine's Day dinner. We could not go last weekend because, we all ended up getting a small case of the stomach bug. Wait, what? Huh? What? Oh, that's evil. You look like Elvis, Jeff. This is Heloy, do I? Thank you very much. Oh, really? Can I be your kid's godfather, says Solar Flare? Probably not. I'd prefer to have someone who lives in near proximity to us. And 4 hours away does not constitute as close. Show me hair cam, says Plush. What? I guess that would just be my big camera, right? Hello. Hair cam.
I'm glad that you've been keeping your new hairstyle.
I mean, don't count on me having it every day. I probably won't even have it the next live stream, but
I think it really does look good on you, though.
Every once in a while, maybe I'll toy around with the idea. Back to the action. There's your Yoshi quote of the day, says Soshi. Thank you. Eloy says, hi, Sky. Plush says, love your hair, Jeffies! Thank you. I'm not entirely sold on the idea yet, but I don't hate it. Justin, the name Justin comes from Latin meaning fair, just, says Solar Flare. Very nice. I don't know where my name comes from, but I know it's very common. And that's okay with me. I can make a drive in a stolen 2004 Ford Bronco. I do not have a stolen 2004 Ford Bronco. Says Justin. Jeepers. The lengths you will go. I'm very nervous about all of these trees having all of these items. I'm very nervous about this. I don't like it. Oh, the verse I forgot, says Solarfully. Yeah, share it with me. Does Sky ever think, why is my husband live streaming to a bunch of teenagers? Says Heloy. She says no, actually. She understands that this is my fun, and that teenagers just happen to be joining me for the ride, and I don't mind that. So, Sky noted that she'd be more worried if my audience was exclusively women in their 20s. And she questions, what would I be streaming at that point? To get that audience. Don't worry, Jeff, I'm not a teenager, says Aurora. There you go, at least there's one non-teenager. She says she trusts you all. I love you, hon. We went to Applebee's for dinner tonight. A lovely Valentine's Day treat. I feel bad, but like, I was mentioning to Sky earlier that we tend to be more like down-to-earth restaurant goers. We don't really go to a lot of fancy places, or like any. Applebee's is considered higher class for us. It also helps that we have young children who like, the height of cuisine for them is McDonald's, so. Oh boy. Get down here so I can take your cloud. I want it. Gimme. Thank you. I appreciate it. No, wait! Yes, yes. Wait. What are you doing, Cloud? Stop! No! Stop us! I think it's fine to have a woman, but when it's a large group, nah, says Plush. Yeah. You know, like, I'm not, like, specifically trying to appeal to just that demographic. So, it would be one thing if I was. At least the height of cuisine isn't Burger King, says Soshi. Alright, hang on. Proverbs 26:18 through 19. Like a maniac shooting flaming arrows of death, one who deceives their neighbor and says, I was only joking. Wait, what? That is quite the translation of the Bible. Broaden your appeal, Jeff. I mean, I'm pretty niche here. I make Yoshi content, so I guess whoever comes along for the ride is whoever comes along for the ride. Oh, I wasted it. Oh, I wasted it. Oh, I wasted the red egg. Oh, that's sad. Oh, that's a sadness. Bro does not understand the Bible. What translation was that, Solar Flare? The NAB. I don't know what that is. Oh boy. Ooh, famishita! Me hungrier! Fine, Jeff, let me use your translation, buddy, says Solar Flare. Yeah, use the New King James Version. Welcome to paradise. Like, I was a little nervous that they, spelt paradise incorrectly. And now I'm just wondering why. Or if it was just one of those things where it's like, ah, it's a ROM hack. Oh, I killed myself over a single yellow coin. Oh, I did end up getting Tomb Raider, says Aurora. Awesome. Are you enjoying it so far? Have you been playing it at all? Sky and I have been playing it on occasion. By Sky and I playing it, understand that Tomb Raider is not a multiplayer game. It's just the fact that, you know, she's been playing it, and I have been helping her get unstuck. Like, she was playing the cistern level, and, she was having great difficulty with that. So I ended up coming along and, helping figure out the secrets to that level. We're having a good time with it. It's honestly kind of nostalgic. Well, it's very nostalgic for her, but it's a nice little feeling. Like being able to help out and just, you know, that's something we can do together once the kids have gone to bed for the night. The one I just posted is the new King James. The solar flare. Alright, hang on. I am enjoying it. I'm quite a few levels in on the first game so far, says Aurora. That's awesome. Jeff, I finished Worldless this week, says Robert. Very nice. Did you enjoy it? It really did sound like an interesting experience. Let's be real. Cartoon Yoshi would definitely eat at the prehistoric version of Burger King, says Soshi. He did! King Scoopa Koopa. I forget what all he ordered, but it was a lot. He ordered a lot of things. Okay, I want that. I want it. Do I use one of my things? You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna use my fire melon, because I've got a bunch of those, and like, they're kind of just clogging up my inventory at this point. And I can kill the tap-taps that way. Nice! I like this. This was a good decision. Probably, maybe. Also, have been playing RZet, the Zelda CDI-influenced indie game, says Aurora. I did see that a lot of people were streaming it, which is interesting. Alright, hang on. Like a madman who throws firebrands, arrows, and death is the man who deceives his neighbor and says, I was only joking. That... Hang on. I don't know if I trust you. I don't know if that sounds like the new King James version. Hang on. Let me see if I can't find it here. Open up Proverbs. What was it? Proverbs 26, 18 through 19. Let's see. Yeah, no, you're actually right. Like a madman who throws firebrands, arrows, and death is the man who deceives his neighbor and says, I was only joking. That's hilarious. I had no idea. It shows you what I know. My goodness. I was surprised too that it used such modern language. It is actually quite some fun, says Aurora. I'd imagine that if anyone were to take a Zelda's CDI inspired game and make it actually good, it would be an indie developer. Well, that was useless. Now let's get out of here. I learned a new verse, says Plush Apocalypse. Yeah, I guess me too. I am right! Bow down, says Solar Flare. Hey, that's against one of the commandments. Thou shalt not have any gods besides me, says God. I have a feeling this level's gonna take me a while to even just beat. Okay, you know what? We're gonna intentionally game over here. Gamma Ovev! Basically saying that lol, it's just a joke is not a valid excuse for wrongdoings. Says Plush. Yes, I really enjoyed it, and one of the best Metroidvania games I played in a while, says Robert. That's awesome. It really did sound like an interesting experience. Turn-based Metroidvania. I'd have to watch some videos and see how that experience actually plays out. I probably wouldn't buy it right now and play it for myself, but it's interesting. I'll certainly give it that. Game over, says Rito. That's okay. We are learning from our mistakes. That's what I'm gonna keep telling myself to make myself feel a little better. Oh, I probably should keep him around so I can get some eggs. I said I'm learning from my mistakes! Don't make me a liar, game. Is there something here? Yeah, there is. It's a sparkly egg. Of course it's a sparkly egg. Why wouldn't it be a sparkly egg? Why would it be anything other than a sparkly egg? If you couldn't tell, I'm not a big fan of sparkly eggs. Make him a liar, game. Don't do it, game. Don't listen. Don't do it, game. Also, I was right about SMTV. It's a full price release, no DLC upgrade paths, says Aurora. That is ultra lame. Anyone who's curious as to what SMTV stands for, it's Shin Megami Tensei Megami Tensei 5. So Shin Megami Tensei 5 is getting some additional content, but unfortunately, it is not in the form of DLC. It's in the form of a new version of the game, like a new full version of the game. Kind of like, if I'm not mistaken, Persona 5 Royal versus Persona 5. Like, it's a re-release of the game, but with more stuff. And that is honestly pretty lame. I mean, at the very least, like, it's gone multi-plat now, so if you want to pick up a different version of the game for, you know, the extra content, that's a decent excuse to do it. But that's still really lame, that they don't even give you an upgrade path, or, like, any sort of DLC option, or... That's really lame, honestly. For a game that's only 2 years old, that is lame, says Aurora. Yeah, that makes it even worse. Like, what gives? What was Atlas thinking? They were thinking I like money. So, Atlas, why did you re-release the game without a DLC upgrade path for those who already own it? I like money! Yeah. That seems accurate. Jeff, says Hilo, I'm sorry, hang on. Did you know? Probably, maybe not. I left a quite funny comment about said verse. I would be intrigued if you read it. It's a solar flare. Let me see if I can find it. According to Proverbs, God is against. It's just a prank, bro. Did I know that my name is Jeff? Says Heloy. I'm not sure about that. How did you know that my name is Jeff? You must have heard it from somebody. You mean, Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance? Says Chris. Yes. Yes, that is it. The additional content that was released, or revealed in the Partner Direct. Did you read my comment? Hang on. Not Super Mario Television? Shame. I wanted SMTV to be Mario TV, says Plush. I kind of thought the same thing when I saw the abbreviation that Aurora had posted, and then I'm like, wait, no, I know what she's talking about. This is that SMTV, or that SMT Shin Megami Tensei 5 thing that we had talked about. But yeah, there was a Partner Direct. I assume that everybody watched it. I did. I thought it was actually pretty solid, but I want to hear what you guys think. Can you please read this? Ha-cha-cha, Peter is big and now he's small. Ha-cha-cha, says Matthew. Okay. If that's a reference that I'm missing, I apologize. I did not because I didn't care to, says Plush. Well, Plush, did you play or have you heard of Disney's Epic Mickey? That was absolutely the standout announcement for me, is that Disney's Epic Mickey on the Wii is getting a remake or a remaster for the Switch. That's so cool. That is ridiculously cool. Come here, you. Hey, come down here. Honestly, like, I went into it with low expectations. I was honestly pretty pleased with what was at the Partner Direct. As I've pointed out before, like, it wasn't a bunch of stuff that was really for me, but, you know, it was a lot of stuff that I feel like appeals to, or I feel like in that Direct there was something for everybody, which that's usually a pretty good sign of a good Direct, I think. And even though it was a Partner Direct, there wasn't like any first party stuff, obviously. I still thought it was pretty good. Penny's Big Breakaway looks good. I did play Epic Mickey a bit, and man, the remaster looks way better than the OG. Yeah, real sad, says Plush. Oh, no Banjo-Tooie, no Donkey Kong 64, no Diddy Kong Racing? Lame rare announcement, says Aurora. Yeah, like, okay, that was pretty lame. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, boy. Like, when I saw that the, when I saw the Rareware logo pop up, and it was like the N64 version of the logo, I was like, really hoping for some bombshell N64, like, Rareware game announcement. Oh, okay, there's no bottomless pit here. I was really hoping for some, like, bombshell announcement of, like, well, one of those games, or, like, I don't know, something else more exciting than what we got. Anybody here a big fan of Battletoads? Oh, I'm not particularly. I've never played it. Also, World of Goo 2! World of Goo is like a weird memory core, a weird core memory for me. Also, they released Mother 3, but only in Japan, says Plush. I did hear that, yes. I didn't watch the direct because I didn't feel like it. It's just a partner direct showcase, says Solar Flare. We could have at least gotten Buck Bumble. Yeah, so... yeah. I get the general sentiment that it was just a partner direct. And I've certainly had that sentiment. But I was actually pretty pleased with... Huh? Oh, what? I was actually pretty pleased with, oh. I was actually pretty pleased with it. Again, not a lot of stuff that I feel like was for me, but a lot of announcements that I was happy were there. Like Monster Hunter Stories getting a remaster, like the 3DS game, not the Switch sequel, the Switch sequel. Like, really cool to see that getting a remake. There was that whole Shin Megami Tensei 5 thing, which that seems pretty exciting, though the whole thing about it having additional content and just that whole thing about it having additional content but not like DLC. That was frustrating. Could you get to my comments when you're up to it? Why was Mother 3 on the GBA? It came out in 2006, I believe, after the release of the DS. Same question goes for Pokemon Black and White, which came out after the 3DS, says Solar Flare. Partner Direct Showcase means Nintendo has no games to show, says Aurora. Right, or they're like holding their cards close to their chest, which, you know, that's not very likely at this point in the year. More likely is that you're right, they don't really have a lot to show. Like, it's probably just, you know, the games they've already announced coming this year. Which, I'm not too upset, to be honest with you. I'm pretty stoked for, with the lineup that's coming out this year. Even though it's mostly just Mario stuff, I'm still happy. Oops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, times 2. How am I missing 6 red coins right now? Alright, hang on. The only game I'm interested in is Penny's Big Breakaway, and a little interested in the new Contra game after playing the demo for it, says Robert. Yeah, and Penny's Big Breakaway looks like a lot of fun. I want to download the demo and try it out. Like, it really does look like my kind of game. Being a 3D platformer that's very much 90s inspired, I definitely want to give it a try. Yo, I just beat Half-Life 1, says Graggle. Very nice. I know practically nothing about Half-Life. But I hope that you had a pleasant experience with it. Mother 1 is Earthbound Beginnings, right? This is Solar Flare. I think so? Plush says, I think it's because they didn't want to switch consoles when developing their games. This is Plush. Yeah. It sounds like their scheduling might have gotten a little mucked up. Huh? What? A what? A what? Wait. Oh my. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, it's not even a red coin. That one is though. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Could you get to the few comments before my question if you don't mind? Sure, hang on. I already read them. And the couple 3 or so before those two. Oh. Jeepers. We were robbed in 2002 of Donkey Kong Racing. The rare buyout killed it. Yeah. Spike Pit, says Aurora. Yeah, of course that's there. Can you search Pomni plushie in Google, says Rito Chang. Not right now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this game does not like me. Okay. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. It wasn't like a brand new announcement or anything, but Pepper Grinder looks like a lot of fun. I'm sure we already knew that was coming to Switch and I just didn't remember. But after playing Drill Dozer, my interest in that game has peaked. And like a demo came out. So that looks like fun. Hey Jeff! Says Solar Flare. Solar Flare says Helo. What's up? It's time to drink water. You're right, it is time to drink water. Thank you. Thank you, Eloy. I appreciate it. Uh-oh. Got it. I did it. No! Hey, no! Okay. What was I gonna say? More things and stuff, probably. But I don't remember. But yeah, Pepper Grinder looks like a lot of fun. I want to try it. There's a lot of games that I just don't have time for and I really would like to play. Like, if I had time to... Well, it's also that I've got a pretty large backlog. I really shouldn't be buying a lot of games unless... or until I've beaten a fairly substantial portion of my backlog. You ever notice how Mario heals when he's in a pool of water in Super Mario 64? It's a conspiracy by Big Water to get kids to drink water. You know, Aurora, I don't think I would have ever caught on to that. Very clever. You can't spell water without 8. This is plush. True. Hey Jeff, where were you in the year 2011? I was in my junior year of high school. So that's where I was. Quite the revelation, I know. If you spell Earth without _H, you get fart. It's a solar flare. Yes, an excellent Vsauce moment. Blues Cat says, next time I fall and break my Lima, I'll try going into a body of water to heal. This is Blues Cat. Yeah, if Mario 64 taught us anything... Oops. If Mario 64 taught us anything, it's that. Well, I guess I'm using a fire melon here. Limbs, says Blues Cat. Ah, yes. If you've broken your limbs, just, you know, jump into a swimming pool. I'm sure you'll be fine. Assuming you don't drown from, you know, not being able to use your limbs. I'm a little bit spooked by that. Not gonna lie. Jeff, what happens if I drink lamp oil? I doubt good things. I doubt good things. Okay. So am I charting uncharted territory here? I believe maybe? Give me some eggs, dude. Eh, you're going too slow. You're too slow. You're also too slow. Big Dairy got upset, then got Nintendo to make those Got Milk commercials. Boink, boinkity, and boink. All the boinks. You know, I would judge he who shall not be named for having someone mentally deranged as his comfort character if Louie wasn't already mine, lol. This is plush. Oh boy. Okay. I am extremely doubtful that I got everything. Extremely doubtful. Yeah, no, I didn't. Not even close, frankly. Not even close. So, we're just gonna go ahead and proceed. We're not gonna replay this level right now. Big Parma, yes, Parma is the reason we feel embarrassed when getting a lot of cheese at Olive Garden. We should be able to get as much as we want, but Big Parma makes us guilty. Says Solar Flare. Yeah, I mean, I haven't gone to Olive Garden in a while, but I remember one time we brought a family friend with us. Our good friend, one of our family friends, we brought him to Olive Garden, and he's got some funny behaviors, but overall he's a normal guy. He's a nice guy. Well, we take him to Olive Garden, and the guy comes over with the Parmesan cheese grater, and like he starts like putting Parmesan cheese on his pasta. He goes, "Tell me when," and he's just sitting there watching the cheese just pile up until it's like a little mountain on top of his spaghetti. He goes, "Okay, that's good." It's like halfway through or so, the waiter was like cracking up because it was just hilarious. Just how much Parmesan cheese our family friend wanted. He did not feel guilt or remorse. He just wanted some cheese. I can't blame him. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I will proceed. Cheese! You were only 3 red coins off, says Aurora. 3 red coins is a decent number. Oh my goodness. I'm missing quite a bit already. But at the moment, I want to proceed and see how far I can get. Leave all of the cheese, says Aurora. It's like, yeah, just leave the grater here and like, you can come get it when we're done eating. Saw a meme with the caption of, I be watching too much YouTube and they spent 107 hours on the Olive Garden app, says Plush. What? Should a Yoshi game have a classic cartoon style 1940s? Says Yoshi Daffy Duck fan. I don't know, I don't know. I would say don't knock until you try it, but that doesn't sound like a super great fit. For one, I don't, well, like Cuphead was based on 1930s, like rubber hose animation style, and that looks pretty great. I'm skeptical that that sort of style would be befitting of Yoshi here. Oh my goodness! I stink! Is this whole level gonna be skiing, by the way? Leonardo da Capri Sun? Says Hila. Is that another name for queso? Oh my goodness, I keep missing the same 2 over and over again. I have tickets to a rap concert in a suburb of Detroit. It may be a suburb, but am I gonna get shot? Says Solar Flare. I don't know. I can't give you that kind of advice. Muhammad Ali, Dwayne Devour Johnson. Oh boy. What if, hear me out here, what if they made a Yoshi game in arts and crafts style, says Aurora? Oh man, I don't think I would enjoy that very much. Honestly, I would think if they did that, I would be sitting here thinking, what, another arts and crafts game? Like, Can we, like, do something different, please? Hypothetically speaking, of course. Obviously, such a game doesn't exist. In other news, I will be playing Yoshi's Crafted World later this year. Jeff, I'm gonna come to your house on June 24th, 2028. Be ready, says Solar Flare. Well, alright, well, thanks for the heads up. I do appreciate the much advance notice. Yep. But yeah, I will be playing Yoshi's Crafted World. Actually, like, after we've played Princess Peach Showtime. I'm not sure how much of Princess Peach Showtime we're gonna play. I don't know how long the game is going to be. I don't really know to what extent we are planning on completing it. We'll see when it comes out. I'm really looking forward to that one. Yeah, and so am I. I'm gonna host the solar party against your will, says Flush. I actually did listen to you guys' recent podcast, and I don't know if it's like an in-joke or something, but the solar party sounds like a fun party, I suppose. Bro, your new video rocks. Carpool solar party? Alright. No, come on! Why do I stink so much at this? Ah. Dear goodness gracious. Bro, you watched a lot of it, says Solar Flare. Yeah, like I had a 2.5 hour drive for a field visit this week. So I thought, hey, this new podcast is like 2.5 hours long. I may as well go ahead and listen to it. Your new video, man. Props. Oh, props. No, Plush, now he knows we're gonna do it to him, says Solar Flare. Yeah, I was ready. I'm ready for it. Alright. Let's keep trying. I'm not a huge fan of these ski levels, by the way. If it weren't particularly clear, I'm not great at them. Oh my! I feel like it's harder than it looks. There we go. That's the jump I need. I mean, it's like, it's fun, it's just I'm not good at it. And thus I don't like it. Yep. And there's the middle ring. Now there's not really much of a point to me trying to complete this level anymore. Because I know I missed one red coin. I saw it! I saw it! Watch me, like, perfect the rest of the level now. Well. Oh, I was gonna say I probably already screwed up. Well, I screwed up. Admittedly, this is fun. It's just a little frustrating. Oh. No. Now you know the lore of my fanfic, says Solar Flare. Yeah, I do. The Nintendo character that would work the best in the classic animation 1940 style is Donkey Kong, says Yoshi Daffy Duck. I'll take your word for it. Yeah, but you like frustrating, says Aurora. In some ways, yes. In some ways, not so much. I don't know, like, I have some bad memories with these skiing levels. Anyone who's been here since part 9 of Yoshi's Island DS could tell you for sure. Oh my. Yoshi's Ski Resort Getaway. This ain't no bunny hill, that's for sure. On another note, how about that CGI Donkey Kong cartoon? What, Donkey Kong Country? The one where he weirdly has a really good singing voice? I grew up watching like a VHS tape with like 5 episodes of it on there. And I enjoyed it. But I could definitely tell it wasn't good. Let's just put it that way. Definitely could tell. It was not a masterpiece. Jeff, Yoshi Ski Resort Getaway would be fire. I love that cartoon. It's so bad, it's amazing. It's that old VHS? Yeah, Legend of the Crystal Coconut, says Aurora. Yep. Yeah, for some reason, like, there was a singing special every single episode, and Donkey Kong had an actually really good singing voice. Donkey Kong Country Cartoon was awesome. Read your comment. Walter Wide, Pop Smoked Brisket, Taylor Not So Swift, Kim Kardashian, Steph 8 Curry, Lord of the Onion Rings. My goodness, that's hilarious. Poor Queso. I stink at this level, by the way. Now you've got me thinking about that one song of Donkey Kong singing to whatever his name was, Inka Dinka Doo, about the crystal coconut, or like, yeah, the crystal coconut, and he wants to know like what secrets it's holding. So, you know, Inka Dinka's like, to know everything, you must give up everything. You think Miyamoto still remembers Yoshi? Or would he be like, oh yeah, I made that, says Aurora. That's a good question. That's a really good question. I don't know the answer to that. He won a streamer award? Did he now? That's cool. What did he win? World's widest streamer? He asked for it, literally. Solar Flare. Okay, that's hilarious. You said it was a... Okay. Best gamer, I think. Really? Huh. No, not Queso. Oh, as in who asked for it? Yeah. Eating some leftovers, I assume? I'm still very, very full. Oh, I suck. I don't even think I'm getting through World 4 tonight. I don't think it's happening. I might have to put the series on hold when Princess Peach Showtime comes out, because I'm starting to have my doubts I'll even beat the game by then. I've only got 4 streams of this game left. They said there were some great collabs. Kai and Nicki Minaj, Destiny and Ben Shapiro, Queso, and his refrigerator. You can get through, says Blues Cat. Thanks, Blues Cat. I appreciate your confidence in me. I wish I had that level of confidence in me. Okay, alright, alright, alright. We got this. Ben Shapiro's this plush. He was like listing a list of collabs, but not all of the things that like Queso's done. Like he hasn't done a collab with Ben Shapiro. He's talking about the Ben Shapiro and Destiny debate. And like Queso's biggest collab was with his refrigerator. That's the joke. Okay, now I can feel confident moving on. Now that I've gotten pretty much everything in that area. Focus, Jeff! Focus, Jeff! I'm trying, man! I'm trying! Oh, come on! Well, it's alright. I'll probably die here in a minute. Quite the silver lining, that! But you have no lives? I don't have any more lives? I thought I just got a game. Yeah, I just got a game over. Rare political debate W. That debate was actually good to no disrespectful attacks, just facts and good arguments for both sides, says Solar Flare. It was. It was. I can't remember all of the points that were made, or even all of the topics that were discussed, but Yeah, I remember it being good. There we go. Hello, back! Welcome back, Isabel. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to part 5 of Super Mario World 2 Plus, a Yoshi's Island ROM hack. How are you? Wow! That's a real something, I'll tell you that. That is a real something. Hey, a middle ring. Nice. And after I got everything, too. Oh, no. Jeff, you're the kind of person to bring a foam finger to a political debate. I got one more try. Oh, no. I screwed it up. No. Why? Why? No! No! You're watching the Mario movie. I am? Ah, jeez. Yoshi's Ski Resort Getaway! Oh my goodness. Not exactly my best moment. Funny, yes. Skillful, absolutely not. How am I gonna do this with only 3 lives? Well, technically I have infinite extra lives. Just some of them are constituted from a game over. That's all. Oy. I don't know about this one. This is... I don't know. Gonna rewatch that. I was focused on the comment you read right before that. The solar flare. There. I was like, yes, I got a middle ring. Let's just not screw it up. Immediately screwed it up. I'm sorry that I have not said anything, says Matt. That's okay. Rare Jeff rage quit, says Aurora. Maybe. Maybe. I think I'm gonna go to sleep, says Plush. Alright, well. I thank you for joining the stream. I hope you had a good time. I hope to see you next time. Have a good sleep. The series of events, the comments. I gotta focus. I gotta focus. Arg! The series of events, the comment, then the stupid debate. Moment, why did it type debate? I have a dentist appointment tomorrow, says Heloy. Oh, man. Well, I hope that that dentist appointment goes a little bit better than how my gameplay of this level is going. This may end up being a rare Jeff rage quit moment. Man. I mean, I'm gonna keep going for a while. I'm not quitting just yet. If I could get through part 9 of Yoshi's Island DS, I can get through this. Welcome back to part 9 of Yoshi's Island DS! Boink, a boink. For context, anyone who isn't aware, part 9 of Yoshi's Island DS, I was playing through the, extra levels? The secret levels. I was trying to play through both. The extra and secret levels in, worlds 1, 2, and 3. And, I was stuck on world 3 for like an hour and a half. Oh my gosh. You know what, let's just try and get through this. Like, I'll pick up what I can, but I'll probably have to replay this. Maybe when I have more lives. Boink. I will admit, this level certainly is clever. I will certainly give it clever. Anyway, for context, part 9 of Yoshi's Island DS, I was on either Extra 3 or Secret 3, I forget what. But I was on that level, and I was stuck on the skiing part for at least an hour. And, you know, Jacob came into the stream. Oh, my gosh. Jacob came into the stream, and he was like, hey, I'm back. And I'm like, hey, welcome to Yoshi's, part 9 of Yoshi's Island TS. And to this day, that is still among his favorite moments of my live streams. It certainly was funny. Welcome back to Yoshi's Island TS Part 9! How are you doing? Jeff, focus and you can do it. You know what? You're right. When you're right, and I'm gonna do it again. I actually made it through. I know this level's tricks and gimmicks now. I can do it. But can I really? Actually, that wasn't that bad. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it again. I'm angry. My silly comment was overshadowed by silly moment. Yeah. Jeff, was my foam finger comment even funny because it was overshadowed by you being really bad at video games? Yeah, it was funny. It made me think of this scene from The Ringer. Wait, why is it blue? Asks Rito. I don't know. Why is what blue? I actually put that in my top 20 the Yoshi Fanatic quotes video. Says Hilo. Yes, I remember that. But it made me think of a moment in the movie, the comedy movie, The Ringer. It has to do with this guy trying to fix the Special Olympics, and by that, I mean, like, cheat in the Special Olympics. He was competing in the Special Olympics when he was not... when he was not eligible for that. Personally, I tried to get more lives before he tried to get 100%, says Aurora. You know what? That's a good point. Anyway, he was fixing the Special Olympics, and he was running on the track, and like his uncle who convinced him to do that was up in the stands, and it's a long story, but he had a foam set of fingers, like there was 3 fingers, and like somebody beat him, and then the guy with the foam fingers like pulls back the ring finger and the index finger and like holds it up to the guy. So use your imagination as to what that would entail. It made me laugh. Oh my. What a plot. I need to watch that movie, says Solar Flare. Yeah, the plot is, this guy's friend got his fingers chopped off, or 3 of his fingers chopped off in a lawnmower accident, and the guy feels responsible for it. What happened to the box? Where'd it go? What happened to it? Where'd it go? Anyway, so he's trying to figure, like, the guy doesn't have health insurance either, so, like, the entire cost of the procedure would have to come out of the guy's pocket. And he, in order to come up with that kind of money, he decides to fix the Special Olympics. What a movie. Are you good? Says Matthew. Apparently not. Apparently I am not. There's a South Park episode about that, actually. Beaten to death with a foam finger? Says Aurora. No, not quite. Anyway. Owies. Well, I squandered that. What does your 2025 logo look like? It says Rito Chang. You know, I'm not planning on updating my logo at any time in the near future. Let's just put it this way. Out of all the things that I'm planning to do with my YouTube channel, updating my logo is like the lowest priority I have right now. I quite like my logo, to be honest with you. So, I'm gonna keep it. Come here, you. You know the terminal montage, says Isabel. I certainly do. He made, something about Yoshi's story and something about Yoshi's Island. And those were fantastic. I loved them. Love that guy's sense of humor. I don't entirely get it all the time. I think it's just funny. Wow. Wowza. Boy, they're bouncing me all over the place. What about quitting? Is that higher priority than changing the logo? Says Aurora. What, quitting what? Quitting YouTube? Okay, no, that's lower priority. As far as like making upgrades to the channel, like my logo is among the lowest priority. There you go, how's that? Are you gonna take a break after this? Says Matt. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how I feel after this level. We'll see what happens. I have not been faring very well in this world as far as like completion goes. What's up, Mr. Snowman? Oh my. There. Do you want to kill a snowman? I do because he was in my way. I need to read some comments, don't I? Oh yeah, Jeff, I have been playing more Xenoblade X recently, and I got this robot that you pilot to traverse the world more easily, and it makes the 4 side quests a lot easier, says Robert. Awesome. That sounds like nothing but a good thing to get, you know, to make more progress and to make it more accessible to do the side quests. That's good. By the way, the robots are called Skells. Says Robert. That's an interesting name for them. The South Park episode is about Cartman pretending to be disabled to beat the handicapped in the Special Olympics, while his disabled friend does steroids to win it, and Cartman gets the last despite being able-bodied, says Solar Flare. That's funny. Oh, am I allowed to say that's funny? Yeah, it sounds like a pretty similar thing to The Ringer. I actually really liked The Ringer, though. I thought it was really funny. There were some good moments in it, too. Some of my favorite quotes come from that movie. Oh, no. Hi, my name is Jeffy, and I like to eat apples. The guy calls himself Jeffy Dahmer, by the way. And, and, like, makes the clarification that, no, not the same spelling as the serial killer. His name is Jeffy Dahmer, with an O. Okay, got it. Jeff, my chicken attacked me today, says Heloy. What treachery is this? It's actually not offensive because it makes Cartman suck at it. What is funny, says Matthew. The premise of the South Park episode, that, Solar Flare is talking about. Okay, I feel like I got everything there, maybe, probably? They also make Barry Bonds, baseball player on steroids, present the winning award to Jimmy, also on steroids. Oh, jeez. Okay, that guy is not very friendly to my progress here. I think it's funny when cheaters lose, says Aurora. Indeed. As the old saying goes, cheaters never prosper. Is there anything else up there? I don't think so. So far, I like this level. I probably shouldn't say stupid stuff like that. Because, you know, inevitably, there will get to be a difficult part, and then I will be like, oh, no, I no longer like this. I got something up there. It was an extra life, I suppose. South Park taught me to look for messages when watching things, says Solar Flare. There you go. Oh wait, I just realized I got a sparkly egg. Oh man, I got a sparkly egg. I gotta be very, very careful. I say as I'm sprinting. Our hour to say goodbye, says Isabel. I won't be saying goodbye for at least a little while here. I typically like to go for 3 hours. That's usually my happy medium. Sometimes I go 4, sometimes I go 2. 3 is about my average. Hello. It's time for some transformations. Uh-oh. This is going marvelously well. There we go. He tried to kill me. Don't you do it. What does the sparkling eggs do, says Robert. Robert, the sparkling... Oh, no, what? Oh, boy. No extra late stream this time, says Aurora. I don't think so. Okay, so the sparkling red egg gives you a, The sparkling red egg gives you a red coin when you break it on something. Normally if you defeat an enemy with it, or you open up an item cloud with it, or that sort of thing. 3 missing red coins and a missing flower is par for the playthrough, says Aurora. Yeah, but I haven't like 100%ed any of these so far. Marching Mild's Fort. Okay. Huh. I'm already at a loss. Oh, okay. No problem, that's fine. Come here, you. Oh. I haven't 100% completed any of these levels so far, and I feel bad about it. Excuse me. Is there anything down there? What lies beyond? I must know! My friends put a pic of my dad in their Spanish slideshows, the solar flare. That's funny. And why did they do that? I'm thinking that World 4, completing World 4, especially this evening, is not in the cards. To be funny, it was very funny. It's a solar flare. Nice. Oh, I'm already over World 4 now. Like... Oh, this has been very frustrating. The levels themselves aren't that bad. Like, I'm having fun with them for the most part. They're good levels. It's just, I'm sad that I have not 100% completed them at all. Well, Jeff, you can always resume this game in the future if you ever want to revisit it to complete it, says Aurora. That's probably the play, in all honesty. I can at least take pride in the fact that I 100% completed World 3. I at least have 1 star on my profile. 1 nice golden star. Well, calling it golden is a little bit charitable. Where have I heard that before? It's a solar flare. Yoshi's Island DS! Oh. Can I run down there? Nope. Wait, how do I get in there, then? Is there like a car transformation or something? Or an airplane helicopter thing? Or am I missing something? All of the above are possible, though the transformation is looking less likely at this point. Let's go back. Yeah, but completing Yoshi's Island DS isn't worth it, says Aurora. I would agree with that sentiment. Yoshi's Island is much, much, much better than Yoshi's Island DS. A lot more fun. So, how do I get... Oh no. Oh no, I just realized what I was supposed to do. I just realized what I was supposed to do. And there's no enemies here for me to take advantage of that whole mechanic, so maybe I can try using this guy? Probably not. Nope. Are there any shy guys over here? Can I, like, reload the area? I really don't want to kill myself right now. So we're gonna try and reload the area. I use my brother tablets as Matthew. I feel like I've been funny this stream. I don't know why. It's a solar flare. Jeff, write a Family Guy joke in 2 seconds, says Yoshi Daffy Duck. Welcome to the stream, Yoshi Daffy Duck. I don't know if I can really accommodate that request. I'm not good at coming up with stuff like that on the fly. Jeez. Especially not when I'm in the midst of a Yoshi's Island level here. Okay, so I am going to try and use this shy guy here. Ha ha ha! Victory is mine! That was magnificent. Good night, everyone, and a good week, says Robert. Robert, thank you very much for tuning into the stream. I, as always, enjoyed your company, and I hope that you had a good time. Hope to see you next week, friendo. Have a good one. Good job, Jeff, says Healy. Thank you, thank you. It's moments like that that keep me wanting to play this ROM hack in particular. What's your favorite vehicle in this game, Jeff, says Aurora? Probably the helicopter. I find that one's the most fun to control. My least favorite by far is the mole. The train and the car are pretty equal. I like both to a pretty reasonable extent. And then the submarine, definitely below those, but not as bad as the mole. I know how. Remember the time I met Ronald Reagan at a Starbucks? Oh, hi, Ronald Reagan. Ronald, I was the president from 1981 to 1989. Family Guy jokes are basically randomly generated, says Solar Flare. Ah. I've said this before, but my favorite Family Guy joke was absolutely the, every pizza place making a salad. That was absolutely my favorite one. If you haven't seen the clip, it's absolutely worth watching, so look up, like, if you haven't watched it and you have any interest in watching it, just, like, look up on YouTube, Family Guy, pizza, restaurant, salad, and I'm sure that it'll come up. Rare funny Family Guy moment after season 6. Shake my head, mole supremacy, says Aurora. Oh, no. No, I do not like the mole power-up. Okay, what am I supposed to do with this? Huh. What? Huh. I mean, I see what I'm supposed to do, but how to actually do it, that's the question. South Park is really funny because it's satire. Family Guy is just cutaways, says Solar Flare. True. Brainpick says, hey all, just came in to say hi since I'm at my brother's birthday party. Tell your brother that we say hello. And happy birthday, of course. Brainpick, thank you for coming in and saying hello. I hope you have fun at your brother's birthday party. I'll learn how to ROM hack just to make a hack with nothing but mole levels just for you, says Aurora. How thoughtful. Thank you. In all honesty, you could probably do that with the Yoshi fabrication station. You could probably make that happen. Although, actually, I don't know if they do transformations in that Yoshi maker. I'm not used to having hair on my forehead like this. Jeff, if you ever need a kidney, hit me up, says Solar Flare. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks, we'll tell. Well, have a good one, y'all, says Brainpick. Take care, Brainpick. Okay, so, what am I... Oh, wait. Oh, I'm a sillies. I'm a sillies! I guess I'm not that silly, but I figured out what I'm supposed to do anyway. Can I at least 100% complete one level here in World 4? If I could do that, I would be forever grateful. Clap. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. At least I've got plenty of eggs at this point. Go, Yoshi, go! Well, that's not what I meant to do, but it worked out. Donald Duck tries to kill Mickey once in a short film, and I am not joking. It says Yoshi Daffy Duck. Interesting. Why is that? Why did he do that? He does seem like an easily irritable fellow, Donald Duck does. Yep. Jeff, can you bribe someone to make me the Pope and or POTUS? What is POTUS? You don't need to be thankful, you just need to get good and read the developer's mind. True. Those are the steps to 100% completing the level. Oh. Though in fairness, I feel like all these levels are pretty well designed overall. Like, I really can't complain that much. Like, they've done a good job with this ROM hack. And, as we've pointed out before, this is like the first major ROM hack by this guy. So, I can only imagine that they get better from here. I'll be very curious to see what those future ROM hacks will entail. I may end up playing them on... That was just dumb on my part. Where's the middle ring? Oh, I just hit a middle ring. Good. Good! Good, I meant to do that. Obviously, I did not mean to do that. For legal reasons, that is a joke. Ow. Okay. Ow. Ow. That was almost an ow. There we go. Blank. What does that mean? Says Matthew. What does what mean? For legal reasons, that's a joke? I don't know. I just felt like saying it. My goodness, that Shy Guy had it out for me. This is a great stream, Jeff, says Solar Flare. If you say so. I'm glad you're having a good time. I am having a good time. So what way do I go first? It said it wants me to go this way. I feel better about going down that pipe first. Legal reasons? Are we going to sue you for misrepresenting your gaming skills? I don't know, people sue for pretty much anything these days. Okay. So what? That does not do a single thing for me. Yo, this is the sequel to Yoshi's Island DS Part 9! This is Solar Flare. This is not Yoshi's Island DS Part 10. How much of my podcast episodes with Plush did you listen to? This is Solar Flare. Just your most recent one. And I listened to the majority of it, but I missed out on the last 15 minutes. It means you suck. No, yeah, I understand that. I'll get there. I will get there. I'm gonna do this. Yeah. At least I don't have to do that part again with timing the Shy Guy throw and all that. Oh. That's not what I meant to do either, but works out. What was the best moment? It's a Solar Flare. I don't know. Kind of just enjoyed all of it, to be honest. I liked the part where you talked about you and Plush coming into my comment section of my next video and saying, bro, your next video props. That was funny. Oh no! Oh, also, I thought that the part with or the part of your fan fiction with the two characters there, Louie and Shacho, they were like, oh, how did this part go? Like, there was a guy from like a rival mafia or cartel or something like that coming to, like, you know, steal the secrets of their cookie recipe or whatever. And like, they heated up a can of, or like a huge kettle of peanut oil as part of the recipe, then just dumped it all over the stove, created an oil fire, and escaped in the ensuing chaos. That was pretty clever. Maybe the arrow sign wasn't to mislead you, says Aurora. Maybe not. So anyway, I have a key now. Yeah, I thought it was to mislead me. Though you can't really blame me for thinking that. It's a perfectly reasonable thought to have. Hey, Sans, welcome to the stream. That's straight out of Breaking Bad. Walter causes a chemical explosion. It's a solar flare. Ah. See, I think a lot of your fanfic is lost on me because I do not understand Breaking Bad references. A weakness of mine, for sure. You killing any monsters in this, kiddo? Says Sans. I suppose. I missed that monster, but I didn't miss that one. And I got the egg back. A success, if I ever did see one. Alright, moving on. Moving on with the knowledge we have just received. The knowledge that I indeed had the key to get to this area now. I've put the puzzle pieces together. Evidently not well enough, mind you. It seems that I will have to play this part again. And I can't! That's not good. Well, you know what I do have? Never mind. Can I come back? Probably. It's a Pikmin fanfic with a ton of Breaking Bad references, but you don't have to know either, says Solar Flare. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's decently entertaining in its own right. I suppose. Also, the Breaking Bad stuff is only an arc, says Solar Flare. It's a long arc. Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Oh boy! Whew! Not a big fan of all the milds here. Oh boy. So, I know I'm gonna have to go back to, I know I'm gonna have to go back to get that flower. But I would like to progress at this moment in time. And ideally go back. Hope that I can. Oh boy. I don't think I can really get back up there, can I? Well, I tried. I sure tried. Oh Oh my gosh, did I try? The chain chomp eating the ground is a metaphor for the greed of capitalism, says Aurora. Yeah, you're probably right. Oh boy. 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 Oh boy! Oh, okay. Oh no! Who has more money, Pikachu or Wario, says Yoshi Daffy Duck. I mean, I assume Wario, probably. I mean, Wario has an entire castle with a whole bunch of treasures that he's accumulated over the years, a la Wario World. But, I don't know, like, I assume that you wouldn't be asking the question if there wasn't more of an interesting story behind it. When do you think the stream will end? Oh, I don't know, Solar Flare. I'm really not sure. Okay, well... I gotta replay some of this. Okay, okay, you know what? You know what? I'm really close to 100% completing this level. All I gotta do is go back and get that one red coin and that one flower. Pikachu is a tamed animal. He has no money, says Aurora. Yeah, I mean, there's gotta be some trickery to this question in one way or another. Or maybe I'm just assuming too much. I assumed that Heloi might have been alluding to all the various, championships, Pokemon tournaments, and all that jazz that, that Pikachu has participated in. But I guess the money would go to Ash, not Pikachu. I suppose. Okay. No! Oh wait, no, I got this. I can do this. I'm silly. Of course I can do this. I'm silly. Come here, you. Got it. Woo! Pokemon have no rights. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Yoshi Daffy Duck. Sorry. Jeff, you got plans tomorrow night? Yeah, work. Remember when I said I have to put in 10 hours of overtime this weekend? That's my plan for tomorrow night, is work. And then after I work, I'm gonna sleep. Those are my plans this weekend, Solar Flare. Those are my plans. Oh no! $10 hours? Man, that sucks. Will they pay for your lunch at least, says Aurora? Oh, I'll be working from home. I have a remote laptop, so I can work from home. It's no big deal. That's one of the nice things about having a desk job is, you know, now that I have a remote laptop, I can pretty much just use it to sign into my... Are you kidding me? I can pretty much just use it to sign into my work computer whenever I need to, and... My goodness. This is really unfortunate. I'm gonna have to play that part of the level again. Well, this ain't that bad, I guess. What worked? Like, just like calculations? No, no. I gotta design a bunch of stuff. Okay. Hang on. I will at least give you a brief summary of what I need to do this weekend. I am very excited, says Joanna. Well, I'm very glad that you're excited. Welcome to the stream. What do you think about this game? Says Joanna. I think that this ROM hack of Yoshi's Island is very well designed. I love the level of challenge that it gives you. And I'm having a good time. Though I will say that the fact that I still haven't fully completed a level yet this stream, it's been over an hour and a half, that part is a little bit frustrating. But I'm still having fun, so that's what I think. Okay, so what does my work entail this weekend? Well, we sent out a set of drawings, a set of blueprints for public bid That means that we send it out to prospective contractors who will, you know, bid on the project, and the lowest bidder gets the work. Well, our blueprints, we didn't have enough time to work on this project as much as it really needed to be worked on. So these blueprints were sent out incomplete. There's still a lot of design work that needs to happen on them. Fortunately, there is a process called the addendums. Addendums is basically just fixing problems or finishing up designs during the bidding process, so that the contractor can properly bid the project. And like I said, we did not have the proper amount of time. We did not have the... Are you kidding me? We did not have the proper amount of time allotted to this project to work on it, because we had a bunch of deadlines that were also around the same time. So... long story short, the project's not finished. I need to finish it. And we have a couple of weeks to, like, issue addendums. But we try to front load them as much as possible, get as much stuff done on, like, the first set of addendums. And get as much of that done as we can. Oh my goodness, I stink. I mean, I have to come back here anyway. I don't care that much. Okay, now I care. Jeff, that was painful, says Aurora. It was really painful. Good luck. How about you to stop and then take a break, says Joanna. I'm afraid that if I do take a break, Joanna, that I will lose my train of thought, and that, believe it or not, I'll be worse at playing this. That's what I fear. Is a hot dog a sandwich? I don't know, Heloy. I'm not sure. All I know is hot dogs are tasty. Well, at least I like them. Maybe I should have just thrown an egg at that point. Chuck E. Cheese was the unofficial mascot of Atari, and his name was Ricky Rat. This is Yoshi Daffy Duck. That's fantastic. Okay, let's try all that again, but this time without as much sucking at it. Jeff, I forget the name of the 2011 collaboration between Kanye and Jay-Z. Do you by chance know the name? Hot dog Skittle mashup. That sounds disgusting. Why did I say that? This is acceptable. This is acceptable. You know why this is acceptable? Because I have a 20 star, and I'm gonna use it. It's N-words in Paris. Speaking of Paris, hello LP. Welcome to the stream. Hot dog is a sandwich because it is between bread, says Blues Cat. I was kind of thinking that, but I'm not sure. Like, it could also, I guess you could also consider it like an open face sandwich. Do you want to watch TPM vids, Yoshi Daffy Duck? Or do you watch TPM vids, Yoshi Daffy Duck, says Heloy? I don't know what that means. You're really awesome, says Joanna. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't feel like I'm all that awesome at the moment, but I appreciate the sentiment nonetheless. I just woke up at this time. I am awake this time, says LP. Well, good morning. I guess it is time to be awake, isn't it? 6:30? Your day is just beginning. Hot dogs or tacos? Okay, let's try all that again, this time without as much sucking at it. Jeff 2024. Hot dog isn't a sandwich, it's animal feed, says Aurora. It's various animal parts and accoutrement. I don't know. I try not to think about what constitutes a hot dog. I just prefer to eat it and enjoy it. And not think about the things that I'm putting in my body. Okay, I'm not able to make a sentence properly, so I'm not really awake, I guess, says LP. I mean, that's just my normal state of being. So I guess you could say I'm never truly awake. Okay. So I'm just gonna throw my egg. Got it. Got it. And hopefully I don't die here. I am 1 coin away, 1 red coin away. Where am I missing a red coin now? Wasn't up there, I don't think. No, I'm pretty sure it wasn't. That's the first 2024 quote, says Ethan. Jeepers, we're lacking off. We're lacking off here. We're lacking off. That's not a term. It's not terminology that is commonly used. No, boy! I used to get the chicken and pork ones, but one day they started tasting nasty to me, so I only get the beef ones now unless I'm making chili dogs, says Aurora. Yeah, I pretty much exclusively just get the beef ones. I just find that those taste the best. At least for my tastes. Jeff, do you have any crazy stories from all time? It's a solar flare. Oh, I was gonna say a crazy story from like a week ago or something like that. Beef hot dogs are by far the best, a solar flare. Agreed. Anyway, my story from like a week or two ago was it's more just like a funny little thing that happened at work. I was showing my coworker a cool trick that I learned in this drafting program called Revit. Drafting just means like using a computer. Well, drafting just means drawing like the blueprints basically. And Revit is a computer program, a CAD program, computer aided drawing program that you use to create the blueprints. And it's a pretty sophisticated program all told. Yeah, it's pretty sophisticated. There's a lot you can do with it, and there's a lot of 3D stuff that can happen in Revit. The architect can choose to model the building in 3 dimensions, and you can choose to walk through the building in a 3-dimensional sort of walkthrough sort of perspective, looking at your designs and how the pipes and how the devices will fit and all that sort of stuff, and kind of get an idea of how it'll all look in the end. So I was showing my coworker this. Like, there's a few different ways you can like look at a 3D perspective, and one of them is called walkthrough. Can you do a 4D walkthrough, says Aurora? I mean, I guess if you count the 4th dimension as time, technically, yes. Okay, I pull up, hop out at the after party, says Jacob. Welcome to the after party, Jacob. Though we're just beginning here at the Yoshi Fanatic, you know me. Anyway, there's this mode on there called walkthrough. And I was like navigating using the normal controls of like this navigation wheel that you can use to walk or like go up and down or like rotate or like that sort of thing. And I was showing him that, and I'm like, look at this cool thing. And then I found out that you can use the WASD keys to walk and the mouse to like look, just like you would in a first person or third person like action game of some kind. And I said to him, remember I work on the public K-12's team, I said to him, dude, it's like a first person shooter. And he's like, yeah, well, maybe not on like the K-12 team. And I busted a gut laughing. Boy, that was hilarious to me. I don't know if it should have been that funny, but it was. So yeah, that's my crazy story, Solar Flare. My brother just got accepted into the University of Miami, says Jacob. That's awesome. Tell your brother congratulations. Ah, no! What? So where am I missing a single red coin, by the way? I had collected them all. Where is this last one that I missed? How am I missing one? It has been written in the awe-inspiring book of the quotes of Jeff, says Ethan. Awesome, awesome. More quotes is more gooder. Get me over there. There's nothing over there. Great. Glad I did that. Okay. Alright, where am I missing a red coin? Shoot! Oh, my mood is ruined. I'm very sorry, I gotta go, says Joanna. That's okay. I hope that you enjoyed the stream. And I hope to see you next time. Have a good week. Yeah. Okay. Jeff, in 19 Jeff streams, when I hit 100 straight, will you honor me, says Solar Flare? And I'll figure out something. Yeah, sure. It won't be anything major. Don't expect much. Maybe I'll just give you a round of applause. I feel like that's appropriate. I feel like I need to start focusing here just a titch. Oh my goodness. Well, I have to come back anyway. Oh my goodness, I'm not him tonight. I am not him. I'm very sorry for this, guys. Like, I am having an off night. I mean, I'm having fun still. So at least there's that. At least we're still having fun. But, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not doing so great. Boing, boing, boing. This is LP. Yeah, what did I call him? Mr. Flubbers, or what? I forget what we called him. Like, it was a clever name. I liked it. We called him something funny. And I don't remember what it was. And now I'm a bit saddened by the fact that I don't remember what his name was. Blubbykins? Was it Mr. Blubbykins? I feel like that might have been what it was. Take that. I meant to do that. You didn't answer earlier, by the way. How far into the hack are you? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see that comment. I am on World 4-4. I 100% completed World 3, but I still have a few levels to beat, or 100% complete in Worlds 1 and 2. And, oh my. And, I have not completed any of the levels in World 4 yet. By completed, I mean 100% completed, by the way. I have not 100% completed any of the levels in World 4 yet. And I feel like I actually have a pretty decent chance of 100% completing the skiing level, but probably would be best to wait on that one until I have a decent amount of extra lives. Okay, so I got that coin. Oh my. It's evil, by the way. Evil that they put those milds there. Why it's so evil that they put the milds there, by the way, is because when you jump on one, it like slows you down as like they squish. Okay, there we go. I have all the red coins now. Anyway, okay, you know what? I'm not taking any more chances on these buffoons. Are you kidding me? That's not even an option, dude. I'm sorry. Oh no! Oh no! gonna happen. You saw it happening and you're like, Jeff, no, please don't. Jeff, no, don't be that much of an idiot. Don't. And I couldn't help myself. I had no idea. That's how off my rocker I am this evening. He truly... Oh my goodness. Oh dear. Oh dear me. How did I forget that this guy counts as an enemy that can be defeated with a POW block? Oh, pain. Pain. Okay. Looks like I don't get to take the easy way out on this one. I need to clean my glasses after that. Ew. How long have I been on this level? Too long. I've been on this level too long. It's honestly not that hard of a level, I just suck. I just continually mess up. If I was just playing this to beat the level and not 100% complete it, I would have been done ages ago. Oh, but that is neither here nor there. We're going for it. And honestly, I like this level so far. I've enjoyed it a fair bit. This is kind of what I mean by the fact that, like, I'm getting annoyed, but I'm still really enjoying the ROM hack. I think that it's very clever. Like, this guy is honestly really good at designing these Yoshi's Island levels. I'm very impressed. At least I keep getting an extra life from that smiley flower. Oh boy. Oh my. We'll get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Hey Jeffrey, what's up, Heloy? Did you know that water is good? Yeah, I did know that. Why do you ask? Yeah, I'll get some in a little bit here. Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Hold the phone. I just realized something. I just realized a very bad thing. The coins don't respawn. I missed red coins earlier. Or I missed one red coin earlier and it doesn't despawn, it doesn't respawn when you reload the area. Oh no. That's why. That's why. That's why I like missed that one red coin. That's why I missed that one red coin at one point. That's incredibly frustrating. How is it that they don't respawn? How do they make it so that the coins don't respawn? Or they don't stay spawned, I guess. And like, respawn is a bad term for it, because it would imply that coins that you'd already gotten respawn. You have to do it in one try, says LP. For those coins, yeah. So that means I should probably play it safe and just throw an egg to collect them when I am worried about making the jump. See? See, the coins weren't here. You know what? Just for a principle, I'm leaving that coin there. Hey, Retro Records, welcome to the stream. Anyway, for just for demonstration purposes, remember that I left those 3 coins there. And when I have to come back through the second time because I missed that one flower and I have to go back through this area again in order to get it, those coins will not be there. It's either that or I'm just mistaken. That's also possible. Coins aren't even sprites in Yoshi's Island. They are level titles if I level tiles if I remember correctly. Says LP. I definitely trust your judgment on that more than I trust mine. Yeah, I would believe that though. Level tiles normally don't despawn if not actively deleted, says LP. Interesting. I don't know why I'm pushing this guy. I don't know why I'm pushing this Chomp Rock right now. There's literally no benefit to doing so. Okay, you know what, Mr. Tap Tap? I feel like taking out my aggression on something right now. Oh boy. Oh me oh my. We got this, guys. We got this. I can do this. I don't know why I did that. Okay. How many eggs do I have? Just the one, huh? There we go. That worked. Have you tried out Penny's Big Breakaway yet, Jeff? Seems like your type of game, says Retro Records. It does. And I haven't yet. I was thinking about trying out the demo here shortly. At some point, maybe this weekend if I have time between my overtime. But I was definitely thinking about trying out the demo. I don't think I'll buy the game yet, because, well, frankly, I have a lot of games in my backlog. I really should beat some of those before buying more games. But you've heard me say that before. It's a game that I'm interested in, yes. It looks like a lot of fun. Oh. Chain chomp. This is not acceptable behavior. That could even mean it's a different area entirely somehow, says LP. Okay, so remember there was the 3 coins there that I did not collect before. I should probably hold off on buying new games myself. I have a 200 game backlog. Wait a minute, what? Hang on. They are here. Okay, that's messed up. I don't understand. I'm gonna head out. Have a great night and week, says Solar Flare. You too, Solar Flare. I hope you had fun. And I hope to see you next time. What? Says LP. Yeah, like... maybe that just applied to the red coins? I don't know, man. Something got messed up and I could not collect all the red coins for some reason. But I've got them all now, so let's move on. I thought that I understood what was going on there, and very evidently I did not. Okay, anyway. Let's go beat Marching Mild. 200 game backlog. That's crazy, Retro Records. That is crazy. That is a lot of games, my friend. When I say I have a large backlog, I mean like 16 to 20 games, maybe. So, I don't recall the amount of damage this guy does if he runs into me. Oh, I should probably play it safe with those eggs because, like, I can end up launching these guys all over the place if I'm not careful. Okay, let's just stomp on him. There we go. I basically just put every game I'm interested in on there, other than sequels, says Retro Records. So many quesos, says Heloy. Alright, that feels good. We actually 100% completed that level. Took a lot of time, but we did it. The giant, fat, armless Kirby, says Blue's Cat. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Which Dr. Mario game is better is mostly based on what graphics you like the best. I think Dr. Mario 64 has the best style. This is Yoshi Daffy Duck. Good job, Jerf. Thank you. I will not be revisiting that level. I had fun with it, but well, I sucked at it, and that was kind of it was kind of traumatizing, I'm not gonna lie. Just my own stupidity left a mark on me. Wait a minute. There's something up there, isn't there? Yep. Glad I had that change in judgment at the very last second. I always did like that mechanic of the falling blocks, though. Uh-oh. Wait, where's... Huh. But despite that giant list, I did buy Penny, and I'm enjoying it a lot so far, says Retro Records. That's awesome. How much is it? Out of curiosity. That also does play a factor. That does play a role. Seeing as it's an indie game, I'd be surprised if it was more than $30. It feels like classic Sonic's design philosophy of mastering levels and physics to gain speed, but taken to the extreme. It's $30, says Retro Records. Nailed it. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely a game that I'm interested in playing. It looks like a lot of fun. Like, I'm not into Sonic very much. Like, I bought Sonic Mania, and have attempted it, and have not particularly enjoyed my time with it. I'm just not that big a fan of Sonic, but this does not look like... It's obviously from, like, the same developers as Sonic Mania, but it doesn't look like a Sonic game to me. It does look like a lot of fun. I would like to try it. Oh, wait. Was there probably something over there? Probably. Wait, hang on. Let's go down there first. Oh. Yay, red coin! Glad I came down here. Alright, well that didn't do anything for me. You know what else I'm interested in? Solar Flare? Or Solar Flare, sorry. Retro Records? Oh boy, hang on. What the other game that I'm very much interested in right now is, Pepper Grinder. That looked like a lot of fun. Okay, which door do I go in, guys? Which one? I think it's less beginner friendly than the classic Sonic games. Oh no. Did I pick the wrong? No, I picked the right one. Okay. I think. Okay, that's good. You can fix your past mistakes. I think it's less beginner friendly than the classic Sonic games because the controls take more getting used to, but once you understand how they work, it's really fun to optimize runs of levels, says Retro Records. Nice. Have you heard of Super Kiwi 64, says Yoshi Daffy Duck and Donald Duck fan. I have heard the name. There's someone in my server, I forget if it was Brainpick or Broshi, who has recommended that I at least check out the game. Or a trailer for the game or something like that. Like it's $3 or something like that. Which is kind of crazy. But other than that, I don't really know much about the game. I know that a game with the name Super Kiwi 64 exists. I know that much. Okay, so... Man, I'm watching the 1945 version of the Caballeros. Says Heloy. Interesting. Never heard of Pepper Grinder before. I'll have to check that out, says Retro Records. Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. It looks like a ton of fun. Where am I? What have I done? I don't know where I am. Everything looks the same. Where am I? Yeah, Pepper Grinder. It's gonna be difficult for me to explain it. Uh-oh. It's gonna be difficult to explain what it is, but if you've played any of Drill Dozer, for example, it looks like a lot of those mechanics would carry over. Except, like, taken to kind of an extreme? I guess? I don't really know how else to explain it. Like, from what limited knowledge of the game I actually have. Oh, no. I'm gonna have to reload the area. There's so many branching paths and, like, different areas to go to. I'm concerned. I'm concerned that I'm not finding everything that I'm supposed to find. But at least there's an easy way to reload the area. Definitely a good call on Golden Yoshi's part here. All I know is when I went to that area over there on the right, there was a door that I went through. Oh my. There's a door that I went through that led to a door with an X on it that I couldn't go back through. Is that gonna happen here too? Yes. Okay, I see. I see. Well, let's keep running through this. I at least know what I need to do at this point. Like, that other path that I had taken the first time around actually resulted in the most happy. There we go. Boink. Oh my. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Well, let's try that again. Oh, Retro Records, have you played Epic Mickey before? There is a remake / remaster of that coming out on the Switch, and I don't think anybody saw that coming. I know I didn't. Like, a remake / remaster of Epic Mickey? Are you kidding me? That sounds awesome. That's something I'm very interested in. And as far as I know, like, they didn't give, like, a release date for it. They just gave the year 2024. Which, honestly, even that just excites me. I'm very excited for the remake of, Epic Mickey. Come here, Mr. Flower. No, but I've wanted to since I was little, says Retro Records. I don't think Epic Mickey works well with Dolphin, so it's cool that I'll have a way to try it, says Retro Records. For sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And it looks like you'll be able to play it with, you know, a proper controller, not, like instead of a Wii and nunchuck sort of configuration. That excites me a great deal. I wonder if they'll polish the experience any, because I will admit there were parts of it that were a little janky. Early 2024, aka late February to June, says Heloy. Interesting. I did not remember that time frame, but I wouldn't doubt it. But anyway, that's very exciting. I haven't played Epic Mickey in like 4 years. Pretty easy for me to remember the last time that I played it, because the last time that I started playing it was the night that Sky went into labor with JJ. Uh-oh. Animatronic Pluto was supposed to be an Epic Mickey. I mean, he was. Retro Record says, I've always been curious if the 3DS sequel is any good because I know people didn't like 2, says Retro Records. Yeah, I mean, I remember I played the demo for it. It was like a 2D side-scrolling game. Which, it's not like that put me off or anything, but it's like, come on, this isn't Epic Mickey. I mean, it could have been good. It probably was. I just didn't have all that much interest in it. Because, like, well, it wasn't like Epic Mickey. So, I admittedly just didn't give it that much of a chance. It was probably good. Probably better than 2, to be honest, but I don't know. Either way, it's cool to see that game come back. What an interesting game Epic Mickey is. I've thought about streaming it. Might make a good opportunity for it. I'm used to hearing it by now, but man, Epic Mickey is such a stupid title, says Retro Records. You know, I wonder if it was like the working title. Kind of like, the working title that just ended up being the title for the game. Like, you remember Octopath Traveler? How we're like, oh, that's the working title. Like, they'll come up with something better. And then they just never did. I wonder if that happened with Epic Mickey. Although I will admit, I don't particularly hate the title. It doesn't really bother me that much. Oh my goodness. Come on, guys, really? Raleigh. What's up here? What lies beyond? I must know! There's something down there. And I must know what it is. Oh, right. Let's see. It's really funny, but I do like it. Yeah, I like it. I have some quite fond memories of playing that game. It stands out, says Retro Records. Yeah, you're certainly not going to mistake it for any of the other Mickey games. And my goodness, like, that game was supposed to be even more dark than it ended up being. Like, if you've seen any of the concept art for that game, some of the early concept art, holy cow. Woody Woodpecker is in Minecraft? Is he now? You're welcome, / I'm sorry. Oh my. Please. Oh. Why are there so many flowers? Okay, here's a couple of red coins. Yes! Oh no! Yes! Am I at full health? Ha ha ha! Woohoo! Okay, now I'm happy again. Now I feel good. I feel good. Na 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 na. I knew that I would now. Na 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 na. I feel good. Na 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 na. I knew that I would now. Na 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 na. So good. So good. I got it here. Ow! Drawing lots, item change. That was really nice, says LP. Thank you. Yay! Oh my goodness. Oh man. Tried to snipe you with those bubbles, says Aurora. Yeah, he was trying to ruin my day with bubbles, and I don't appreciate that. He took something that should be innately good and positive in the world and made it a death threat. How? I forgot to mention that Penny's level design is also similar to 3D World and Forgotten Land, which you might enjoy, says Retro Records. That does sound like something I would enjoy. Don't call Purple Yoshi Barney, he won't like it, says Yoshi Daffy Duck Fan. Yeah. Boo! Did I scare you? You know what? Yeah. Sure. I will say that you scared me, Mr. Boo. Can't kill that guy at the moment. Maybe I could later. Like now, for instance. Eh, not worth it. I really want to play Penny's Big Breakaway, says Blues Cat. Me too, man. It looks like a lot of fun. I might wait for a sale, though. I don't know, like, I've got a lot of games on my list that I really should play first. Like, I bought a few games for Christmas. Sky got me $40 Steam gift card for Christmas, and I ended up buying a couple games with it. Mostly games I already own. But I did buy a game called Kenna Bridge of Spirits. I wanted to try that game for a while, ever since I saw the trailer for it on the PlayStation 4. I wanted to try it. Well, hot dog. But, you know, I never got around to buying it on the PS4. And then it came to, like, the Epic Game Store, and, well, I don't have an Epic Game Store account, but I knew that if it was going to Epic, then it would probably be coming to Steam sooner or later. And it did. So then I bought it eventually when it was on sale for like $20 some. And I still haven't played it. I want to, and I will at some point, but I haven't yet. But that's just one example of a game that I have not played yet and would like to, and it is in my backlog. Did you ever play Pizza Tower, says Retro Records? I didn't, no. And honestly, until like I saw it at the Game Awards, I half thought everyone was joking about its existence. Turns out it's a game that really exists, and it's similar to Wario World. Or something. Huh. I should have listened to all of you. I should have. But I didn't, and that's my mistake, and I'm sorry. Get out of here, first of all. I have more of an appreciation for these guys than I did in the original game. Much more of an appreciation. Waiting to buy a game via a sale is like waiting for a falling star and a miracle, says Blues Cat. Squeesh. I like that. Squeesh for these ghosts. That makes a ton of sense. Squeesh. What? Why did I waste that? Nice throw. That was a nice throw. Oh, how am I fitting in there? How did that happen? I don't know. I'm not gonna complain too much, though. I'll be honest, waiting for sales is something that I'm not entirely opposed to. Mostly just for the fact that, you know, by the time I actually get around to playing the game, it probably will already have gone on sale at that point. If it's not something like I'm dying to play right now and or is a Nintendo game, then chances are I will benefit from waiting for a sale. Oh no, please. Oh no. No, I screwed up. Oh no, I recovered! Incredible. Oh. Oh, I had an amazing recovery and then I squandered it. Steam sales are pretty frequent, says Retro Records. That is true. They are pretty frequent. And like there's always the sales that happen at like, you know, the various increments of the year, like the summer Steam sale, the winter Steam sale. There's a couple different Steam sales that happen around the same time every year that so many games go on sale for. It's a pretty sure bet that if you have games on Steam, well, not a sure bet, but you know, there's a pretty solid chance that if there's a game that you want to buy on Steam, you may as well just wait until it goes on sale on Steam, because chances are very high that it will. As far as like Nintendo games and the fact that I had said that if it's a Nintendo game, then I'll probably just buy it right away. There's a few exceptions, like I haven't bought Kirby in the Forgotten World yet, or Forgotten Land, rather. And I want to. I've been waiting for a sale. I'm like, it's gotta happen sooner or later. And it still hasn't. That was all you, Jeff, says Aurora. It was, as was that. I'm accepting of my failures, Aurora. It's true, I did fail. And that was all on me. I'm not gonna blame the Blarg Witch. I believe that is this guy's name, by the way, Blarg Witch. The background looks so weird. I like it. Purple stars. It's honestly a very nice look, if you ask me. But yeah, like, Nintendo games very, very rarely go on sale. Like, I frankly don't know why I'm still waiting for Kirby and the Forgotten Land to go on sale. I don't think it ever has. I mean, maybe it has, but... like, there's definitely been reasons I haven't bought the game yet. And I'm waiting for a sale, and there's a reason why I'm doing that. I feel like, probably, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's dumb of me to try and wait for a sale on that game, and I should just buy it when I want it. Like, it looks great. I don't... like, what's the holdup for me wanting to buy it at this point? Other than just waiting for a sale. Again, I think I just want to wait for a sale, because by the time I actually get around to playing it, it probably will have gone on sale. Licensed video games always go on sale, even the good ones like Battle for Bikini Bottom, says Yoshi Daffy Duck. Right, you are. But Nintendo's first-party IP games do not go on sale, like, ever. And that's not true. They do sometimes, but not very often. Two big exceptions to that rule are both of the Mario plus Rabbids games. Those are huge exceptions. They're Ubisoft games. And as a result of that, because of their Ubisoftness, because of the fact that they're Ubisoft games, I should say, they go on sale very regularly, and for a crazy amount, like 80% off or something like that. Like, there was one point that, like, the gold edition of one of the two games was like $12 or something like that. And that's crazy. I hope there wasn't a red coin there. But I'm not gonna go try and look for it at this point. I hate Ubisoft, but I love Platinum Games. Says Hermafro Janandro? Welcome, Janandro, to the stream. I don't really feel a particular way about Ubisoft. I don't really care for their games just because they don't really make games I'm interested in. I don't really follow what happens with the company very much, although I probably ought to. Like, it sounds like there's a lot of controversy over those guys. Maybe I should be more in the know about it. I don't know. They just don't usually make games I'm interested in. Neither does EA, for example, but one of their, like, more indie-like studios did make a game that I enjoyed, and it was Faye, made by the studio, or the EA studio Zoink, I believe was their name. Real funny name for a studio, by the way. You said it right! I wish they would bring back the Red Steel franchise, says Janandro. The Red Steel franchise. Like, I'm familiar with that franchise, only because it's like one of those kind of jaw-dropping games on the Wii that's like, they really made this for the Wii? So that's pretty cool. Don't get me started on EA, says Janandro. Well, like I said, credit where credit was due. One of their more indie-like studios, and like I said, I think the name was Zoink, made a game called Faye, and it was very imaginative, and I loved it. It made, like, looking at it, it made me think of like a 3D Ori and the Blind Forest or Ori and the Will of the Wisps, It turns out that's not at all what the game was, but just that intrigue got me started, and it's a very fascinating kind of game. It's one of those games where the story is told entirely through like context clues and like non-verbal cutscenes and like non-verbal interactions. Honestly, it's a really clever game. So if you ever have any interest in like, well, I mean, frankly, just a game like that, I guess. Like, I don't really know what other descriptor to use for it. If you're ever interested in a game like that, I would recommend Faye. I think I got it when it was like $5 on the Nintendo eShop. Very good. I sense a new Yoshi game might be in the future later this year, says Blues Cat. I think Yoshi's Crafted World went on sale once, says Yoshi Daffy Duck. You're right, it did. Well, Jerf, I'm gonna go to sleep, but good luck, and don't forget to drink water. I'm on it, Heloy. Thank you. Have a good night, Heloy. Janandro says, some of the developers know that I hate Just Dance, and that I want Red Steel to make a comeback. The director of Mario plus Rabbids actually said he'd love to helm a Red Steel game. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate the Just Dance games. There's one dance in particular that I very, very much enjoy. It's the Rasputin dance from Just Dance 2. Oh my. And I actually, on my, what? Oh, okay, I thought the coin was following him. I'm like, how did they do that? Anyway, it was on my old channel. I did a 200 subscriber special for, well, getting to 200 subscribers. And I did like a 2-hour live stream of Just Dance. It was hilarious. A lot of fun. Okay, you know what? This is fine. This is fine. Hey, you know what? Come out here. I feel that there's so much more that could be done with motion controls, says Janandro. You know, in fairness, I feel like motion controls probably get a bad, like a worse rap than they ought. I think most people tend to see them as gimmicky, but I feel like they have their place. Like, frankly, I couldn't imagine myself playing, Zelda Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom without gyro controls. I mean, I probably could get used to it, but it would take some... It would definitely take some getting used to. Man, I wish I could kill that guy. Hey, wish granted. Not like this. Okay, there we go. I don't know. I don't hate motion controls. Like, so many people can... Wait, did I get all the red coins? I've 100% completed this level too? Well, I should not count my Yoshis before they hatch. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. Woohoo! I'm feeling pretty good now. With 2 Switch Joy-Cons, you could wield 2 swords. Oh, that would be awesome. First try, baby. Let's go. Okay. Okay, I don't really feel like I've made up for my follies in the earlier parts of the live stream, but I'm on a roll now. You could use 1 sword to block an attack and then lunge with the controller as a counter. That would be cool. That would be cool. I think that would be a fun experience. That's a good idea for a new Red Steel game. I never did play the Red Steel games, but like looking at them on the store shelves, it always fascinated me. By the way, Janandro, I don't know if you're, I don't know if you've followed the stream series at all, but this is a ROM hack of Yoshi's Island, created by a fella by the name of Golden Yoshi. This is Super Mario World 2 Plus, and it's a lot more difficult than the original Yoshi's Island, and I love that. Ah, a sword used like a shield, so like the old Minecraft swords. Says LP. Yeah, like the old Minecraft system. Before they brought in shields. I never really understood how that worked. And you could cross your swords together to increase your defense. You're coming up with a lot of good ideas. I'm liking where this is going. I've played another ROM hack called New Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. Says Janandro. Interesting. See, I want to try and eventually check out, like, basically all of, well, I was gonna say all of the Yoshi's Island ROM hacks, but at least all the notable ones. And this definitely seemed like a good start. Oh my. Okay, you know what? That's okay. I'm okay with that. I got the red coins. Like, the red coins, you cannot recover. Health, I can recover. I've got some tricks to recover health. What? I've got some tricks that I can use to recover health. Recovering health is a lot easier than recovering red coins. In that it's actually possible. It was hard as heck, says Janandro. That's awesome. I've said this on previous live streams, but I'm really treasuring how challenging this this ROM hack has been, because I really enjoy these more difficult Yoshi experiences. Kind of makes me think that the Yoshi series could be so much more than it is currently. This kind of just gives me a picture of what Yoshi games could be if Nintendo treated it with a little bit more dignity. I don't know. I digress. I'm being a little bit melodramatic on this one. Oh no. I do wish Nintendo was less copyright stingy, says Janandro. I agree. There are some times when, like, Sega still does what Nintendo don't, you know? Like, you know, hire some, or hire the guys that made ROM hacks or whatever of some of their beloved Sonic games, and they're like, instead of issuing a DMCA, how about we do you a solid and have you develop our next Sonic game? It's like, I kind of wish that Nintendo would think about doing that for some of these guys who are showing some real talent in their ROM hacks or the straight up, just the straight up work, like that Metroid Prime 2D game that looked really, really cool. Or like, you remember the guy who did AM2R? I think he went by the name Dr. Mario. I don't remember what his actual name is. But the guy who worked on AM2R, like, instead of issuing a DMCA of that game, I understand why they did it. They did it oh, I screwed myself over. They did it mostly because they had their own version of that remake coming out. I get it, I think. But, like, imagine instead of, like, Moon Studios swiping him up, which I think was a good move. Imagine instead of Moon Studios swiping him up to work on Ori and the Will of the Wisps, if Nintendo had gotten him and, you know, utilized his help in Metroid Dread or whatever other 2D Metroid games. Like, I mean, Metroid Dread turned out great as it was, but, like, just imagine that, I guess. I do wish Nintendo was less copyright stingy. That's my biggest complaint with Nintendo. I picked my username since I'm fascinated by oddities in nature. Interesting. Where does the Janandro part of the name come in? I'm curious. Have you heard of the fan game called Psycho Waluigi? Asks Yoshi Daffy Duck fan. No, but I have heard of the ROM hack of Mario 64 called Waluigi's Taco Stand. That sounds funny. Other than that, no. Psycho Waluigi. What exactly does that entail? Do 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 doopy doo. It's a lot of cacti. I'm convinced that I need to keep a full stack of eggs right now. I mean, these guys are bound and determined to ruin my day no matter what. Also, what just happened? Okay, there we go. Gynandromorphism is something I've only seen in insects, arachnids, crustaceans, and avians. And what is it? I'm curious. Okay, definitely glad I came up here first. Let's eat these guys. Gynandromorphism. It's being part male and part female. Interesting. Man, nature is weird sometimes, isn't it? Point. Meow. Oh my! Oh please! I mean, losing that red coin, it wasn't really worth it to keep on living. Frankly. Where am I? How far does that send me back? Oh, the mole part again. I've learned my lesson. I've absolutely learned my lesson. I'm not throwing an egg up there this time. That really screwed me over last time. There. That made it a whole heck of a lot easier on myself. Okay, there we go. Well, I'm still not gonna make the time with it. Oh, it's gonna be close. Yeah, it was close. I first learned about it from an article about a blue crab discovered in 2006, says Gynandro. Interesting. I can't claim to, like, I'm not gonna have a lot of useful commentary on that, because I know very vanishingly little about it. Only what you just told me. I'm not very familiar with that whole nature mechanic. The Yoshi block looks hilarious. It does. He's kind of just like... And I don't know why exactly they picked that face, but it's Yoshi. It's adorable just by default. The right half was female and the left half was male. Interesting. I have to ask, like, what sorts of benefits would that... What sorts of benefits would that have for this blue crab creature? Nature sure is interesting sometimes. Oh. Oh. Don't waste all my eggs now. Imagine if Falco Lombardi had a child like that. Oh boy. Okay. Eat him. Eat him. I want to make absolutely sure that I get that red coin this time. So let's proceed with caution. Okay, that was proceeding with a little less caution than I probably could have taken. So there was no red coin that time. Well, that crab seemed to have something of a split personality. Interesting. I'm going to be using that word a lot, by the way. Split personality. Huh. Psycho Waluigi is so good that it would be mistaken for an official 2000 DS Nintendo game. A 2000 DS Nintendo game? You mean like the year 2000? Or do you just mean like in general, like the years 2000 to 2009, for example? Okay. I'm proud of myself. I saw through this one. I saw through this one's shenanigans. Although I'm... Okay, I was gonna say I'm a little less convinced of my ability to actually get it. The fisherman dropped the female into the same tank. The half and half crab seemed to cradle the female like it was mating, but then seemed to lose interest. Then overnight, it ate half of the female. Whoa. Huh. Female crabs sometimes do that when competing for a mate. I That's so weird. Okay, what is this? I have a feeling it's something important and I should probably go back and get it. Okay, there's got to be a way to come back from it. There has to be. Okay, yeah, there is. Absolutely there is. Did I get whatever was over there? Yeah, I think so. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's a really fascinating... That's a really fascinating thing that you've uncovered, Janandra. Really interesting. I mean, obviously you didn't uncover it, but something that you learned about that's interesting. That does bear further investigation. There's a similar, not a similar mechanic in nature, but like a similar sort of natural phenomenon in magnitude only, I should say, that I found interesting just because it kind of might describe something that's going on with Yoshi here. Yoshi! You know how a lot of people will often say that Yoshi is a female? I've thought about really delving into that idea and like the fact that all Yoshis lay eggs. Aurora actually suggested the Yo! But I did not find all the flowers. Aurora actually suggested the mechanic of, or the natural phenomenon of parthenogenesis as a possibility for why all Yoshi seem to lay eggs. But of course that would suggest that they are all female. Like, stuff like that. I do astrophotography as a hobby. There's a solar eclipse happening on April 8th. You know, I have seen some articles and stuff like that pointing to an upcoming total eclipse. That's awesome. I hope you get some good astrophotography. So I did not 100% complete that level. My streak is broken. Oh well. If I decide to go back and get 100%, I'll go back and get 100%. But for now, let's just plow forward. Maybe Birdos are the females and Yoshis are male, says Janandro. I'm hoping to film the eclipse. Ooh, that would be cool. That's a good idea, because like then you can take photos out of that and just, yeah, cut them out as needed. Yeah, I don't know, because Yoshis all lay eggs. But I've often wondered if that's just like a weird defense mechanism that the Yoshis have. Like all Yoshis have that mechanism of laying these eggs. Oh wait, do I have watermelons? Dang it. I don't. If I had watermelons right now, I would be able to get a bunch of extra lives from these guys. Anyway, I've kind of come to the conclusion that these eggs, or these egg-like objects that Yoshis create, are not reproductive eggs, as it were. Like, Yoshis won't hatch out of these eggs. They're just like hard egg-like objects that the Yoshis can create at, essentially at will, after consuming something. And use them as projectiles to, well, defend themselves. This is kind of further supported by the fact that in various Mario games, Yoshi will like eat a certain number of enemies, or a certain amount of enemies, or a certain amount of like like berries or like that sort of thing, and he will lay an egg with a useful item in it, indicating to me that it doesn't go through some sort of, you know, you know, normal phase of reproduction, you know, like they're an entirely different deal. Oh no, I screwed up. I can't 100% complete the level like this. Anyway, there's also the big shy guy that turns into a big egg. This is LP. Yes, very good point. Anyway, yeah, there's a bunch of things to indicate that the Yoshis lay eggs as a self-defense mechanism. Like, yeah, a self-defense mechanism, I guess, is the best way I can think of to put it. But Yoshis can lay reproductive eggs, and that is where Yoshis come from. Like, we've only ever seen one instance of a Yoshi hatching out of an egg that a Yoshi laid on screen that we saw. And that, I brought it up a few times. It's the minigame Chef in Game & Watch Gallery 2. So in that game, a Yoshi, like, you cook food as Princess Peach and give it to Yoshi and have him eat it. It's basically a summary of the game, but, like, it's gamified, so, like, well, there's game elements to it. Regardless, the point is, eventually, after eating so much food, Yoshi lays an egg. And that egg follows him around, and then after so long, or after you get so many points or eat a certain amount of things, the egg hatches into a Yoshi. And it's like, okay, no big deal, like, that could have been just, that Yoshi could have been, you know, carrying an egg there. No big deal, like, not exactly, or the term isn't pregnant with an egg. I don't know what the term is, but like carrying an egg as though it were, you know, about to lay an egg and have babies, I guess. But then this Yoshi grows up and you feed it and it lays an egg, and then after some time it hatches and it's another Yoshi. That baby Yoshi came completely out of no, like, well, no reproductive means of the normal variety. And that's where, like, the parthenogenesis comes in. Like, parthenogenesis is the act of a female laying eggs, or a female laying eggs or reproducing in some way. I think that is mostly, it's only just creatures that lay eggs, and it's only certain varieties. Like Komodo dragon is the famous example. It can lay eggs in an environment where there is no male, and yeah, it will reproduce that way. But it essentially just makes clones of itself that way. Like, they're genetic clones of the mother in that way, because they don't have the chromosomes from the male partner, because there was no male partner. So it essentially just made clones of itself to propagate itself, I suppose. It is an interesting natural phenomenon that I feel explains that whole thing with Yoshi in the game Chef in Game & Watch Gallery 2. So yeah, there you go. Deep Yoshi lore right here, says Retro Records. Yeah, like, it's funny because, like, I've thought about it a lot. Because, like, it's such a weird thing, and it's probably not canonical because it's a Game & Watch thing, you know? But I thought it was an interesting phenomenon. And, like, many people have argued whether or not Yoshi is female. There's also the fact that there's no, like, there's not really any sexual dimorphism between the Yoshis. Like, how can you tell the difference between a male Yoshi and a female Yoshi? What's the difference? Like, that kind of speaks to, you know, are all Yoshis female? I don't know. But like people have theorized that all Yoshis are female. Even the game theorists came up with that idea and did in fact come up with the idea of parthenogenesis for Yoshi's reproducing. But yeah, like that all is to say that's the natural phenomenon that I'm kind of curious about. So there you go. Maybe Yoshi eggs are just their poops. Says Yoshi Daffy Duck. I mean, maybe. Some animals lay eggs regardless of if they made it or not, but those eggs never hatch. Yeah, like chickens, for example. Like, they kind of produce an egg that is supposed to be, well, zygoted, if that's a term that I can use. And then, like, if it fertilized. It can be fertilized, and then if it's not, the chicken will still lay the egg. It's just not going to hatch. I'm a male in real life, says Janandro. There's also Galaxy 2, which has Yoshi unhatch and turn back into an egg, says LP. Yeah, and like there's also that move where Yoshi encases himself in an egg. In Super Smash Bros. Like the various Super Smash Brothers games. I like to call that move the egg roll. I think that's a cute name for it. Oh man, game over. I have Game & Watch Galleries 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, you have a good point, says Janandro. Someone ought to ask Shigeru Miyamoto how Yoshis procreate. That would be an interesting question. I wonder how he would respond. Do you think Star Fox X Doom would be interesting, says Janandro. What was that one game that had Star Fox characters in the Nintendo, like, was it Starlink, I think? No, it wasn't Starlink. Was it? It was a game that, you know, on the Nintendo console, had a crossover with Star Fox. What was that game? Anyway, that's kind of just what that question made me think of. It didn't really have anything to do with the question. I don't really know what that would be like. Sorry for the not exactly invigorating answer. I don't really know what that would be like. I haven't really played Doom. But yeah, I'd be down to see it. Honestly, anything with more Star Fox crossovers would be pretty great because Nintendo can't really figure out how to make a proper, fun, good Star Fox game anymore. If that's part of the reproductive system, Yoshi's have insane control over it, says LP. Yeah, right? It's crazy. It's like they willpower it. Like I said, parthenogenesis is a, it's a natural phenomenon whereby, a female can create, you know, hatchlings out of basically nowhere in an instance where there is no male to mate with. And that's usually in, like, you know, kind of precarious environments, I'm gonna call them. Precarious environments in the way that, like, think of a Komodo dragon trapped on an... Oh no, I did that before! Think of a Komodo dragon trapped on an island, right? By itself. And it cannot mate with a male to make young. So it does it itself. It's like, I don't need no man. That's what parthenogenesis is. And it does seem that Yoshis have that to some extent if the game Chef in Game & Watch Gallery 2 is anything to go off of. Kind of funny thought. Yoshi's Island Yoshi is super strong for sending the eggs that hard, though, even with the tiny arms, says LP. Yeah, for sure. Honestly, Yoshi's a pretty strong, man. I would love to see Star Fox fighting Doom monsters, possibly 64 counterparts, since this year marks the 30th anniversary for both IPs. Wow. Their games also share common origin with the Super FX chip. Good point. I figure the sadistic Leon Pawlowski would get a kick out of the pain elementals. Yoshi Daffy Duck says toads are apparently genderless. Maybe Nintendo doesn't know the birds and the bees. 1993 for both. Interesting. I didn't know that, Janandro. Yeah, for toads, Yoshi Daffy Duck, I think it's more the fact that, well, they're mushrooms. They're fungi. And fungi, well, they're a different breed, quite literally. Oh my. They reproduce via spores. And like, a deep, underground, like, interconnected neural system sort of thing. They are truly built different. I don't know if, like, you know how plants technically have, like, male parts and female parts for reproducing, sort of thing, like, to make seeds and all that? To my understanding, well, I don't know if, like, fungi have that sort of thing going on. So, you know. Wait, what about Toadette versus Toad? Like, Toadette is clearly meant to be more feminine. I feel like that's something that someone's explained away before. Toad are mushrooms with Wi-Fi. I meant to put Nintendo doesn't want the birds and the bees in people's minds. Oops. Yeah, I mean, if Yoshi's Island is anything to go off of, for sure, because, like, you know, they proclaim that babies are made via, well, delivered via stork. I've tried raising some carnivorous plants, says Drenandro. The famous example, of course, being the Venus flytrap. What other examples are there? And do they feed off of insects in a similar manner as the Venus flytraps do? I'm curious. Carnivorous plants are such an interesting concept. I don't know why I'm saying concept as though they don't exist. They definitely do. My fit goes like this. Nintendo loses much of its third-party support for the N64 to the Sony PlayStation. Doom feels remorse for Nintendo and makes a trip to the Lilat system. I have sundews and pitcher plants. Sundews and pitcher plants. Interesting. I don't know anything about those plants. They call out to everybody from the nearly completed Star Fox 2, telling them that they have a proposal. The nearly completed Star Fox 2. You know, they did re-release that as part of the, Super Nintendo... As part of the Super Nintendo deal. Super Nintendo Classic, or Mini Classic thing. I don't know if I can do this part. It requires an infinite flutter jump. While you wait for... Wait, no it doesn't. I'm silly. Hang on. Huh, YouTube didn't send my message, says LP. I'm sorry. Feel free to try to resend it. Okay. Got it! Oh yeah, I'm the best. Oh wait, those are red coins. Haha! I did it! I was really worried I wouldn't be able to do that part. It's crazy to me that a game could be entirely finished. Ah! Ah! And not get released, says Retro Records. Yeah, that is crazy. I'm glad they eventually did release it on the Super Nintendo Classic. I remember that was a huge selling factor for that thing. But yeah, like you said, it's crazy that they finished it and just didn't release it. Like, I wonder why. Okay, this is definitely a clutch time for a middle ring. Doom Guy and the Monsters tell them that id Software never forgot about that, but elaborate they're confident Nintendo learned a lesson considering that they allowed Doom, as well as Mortal Kombat 2 of all things, onto their console without censorship. Then they tell them that they've studied the hardware and architecture of the upcoming N64 and believe they can really put it to good use with their game engine. This will be a brand new installment exclusively for them, and not another port like on the PlayStation or Sega Saturn. The only catch is that Nintendo stays out of affairs in regards to the blood, guns, and violence. Don't censor them, and they have a deal. The cast of Star Fox is hesitant. They like to maintain a family-friendly image, but on the other hand, they know they need the support. The cast of Doom stand waiting for their answer with hands extended. They insist the decision be made soon, as they won't stand there all day. Ultimately, the cast of Star Fox accepts and shake hands, at least with those who have hands. Says Janandro. That is an interesting idea. Stuff like that is still happening for movies with Coyote versus Acme. Says Retro Records. I think Star Fox 2 was because they couldn't cover production costs or something. Interesting. The story you never knew, or I never knew, about Star Fox 2. I said Nintendo teaches you birds and the bees don't exist and everything comes from either storks or question blocks. Says LP. Perfect. Bro is dropping a whole essay in the chat, says Retro Records. Indeed he is, but it is interesting. As the game nears release, the monsters that didn't make it into Doom 64 present everyone the new redesigned monsters. The cast of Star Fox would be intrigued by the Demon Inspector, but when they see the Cacodemon looking like the Pain Elemental, they ask if they swapped looks. They're told to just wait. They'll see in a moment. When they finally see the new Pain Elemental, they're all gushing over the new look, especially Leon Pawlowski. So what do you think? Says Janandro. That is an interesting premise. It's a very interesting premise. I like it. Very creative. I appreciate it. I do like that you came up with an entire story for how the Doom characters came to the Star Fox crew and like proposed a new game. It's a really interesting concept. I have all of the red coins, but only 4 of the flowers? Please tell me that there's one more flower. Oh no. I missed a flower, guys. I missed a flower somewhere. Dang it. I looked it up and apparently Star Fox 2 was cancelled simply because it was coming out too close to the N64. What a weird decision, says Retro Records. That is a weird decision, especially considering that there were still some Super Nintendo games that came out after the N64 released. Like Kirby Dreamland 3, or Kirby's Dreamland 3. I feel like... Wasn't Super Mario RPG also an example of that? Really weird. Okay, well I missed a flower. That's kind of frustrating. Where did I miss a flower? Anyway, let's fight Hookbill. Let's get this show on the road. Let's do it. And it doesn't really matter if I take damage here because I did not 100% complete the level. Anyway, much to my chagrin. Oh well. Like, honestly, I feel like I still made some pretty good progress. Uh-oh. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, that was my fault. I was on the wrong side of him. There we go. I remember the days when Koopas walked on all fours, says Blues Cat. Yeah. Yeah, like in the original Mario games, like, or the original Super Mario Bros. And Super Mario Bros. 3. Yeah, those games. Those are the games that had him walking on all fours. Okay. So, I didn't 100% complete that level. I was honestly on a roll, to be honest. Well, that's a lot of 80s. I thought I was doing pretty good, honestly, but then the Fire Nation attacked. Canceling Star Fox 2 was definitely one of Miyamoto's dumbest decisions, says Janandro. I think it was because Star Fox 2 was going for the 3D look, and against the other consoles it looked weak, says Retro Records. Okay, yeah, you know what, I guess I can see that, that makes sense. There is one more level that I want to go back and retry, because I felt like it was very doable. I saw, well, maybe not very doable. Who am I kidding? This is the ROM hack Super Mario World 2 Plus. But I at least know where everything is. It's just a matter of being precise enough to get all of it. And I'm off to a great start. So let's try that again. This is gonna take a few game overs for sure, but I want to try to do this to wrap up the stream just so I can say I at least 100% completed half of the levels in World 4. That'll make me feel less bad about where we left off here. So let's do it. I wish there was a way to control your speed more effectively in these ski sections. Because clearly I'm pretty inept at it. Well, I mean, like, you can't directly control your speed. It's very much dependent on the, it's very much dependent on the level's terrain. It's the biggest problem with these ski sections, I think. Okay, well that didn't work. Interesting usage of the ski transformation. This is LP. Yeah, right? If Square made a Yoshi game, does that mean Boshi would be in it? I mean, I don't really see a world where Square makes a Yoshi game. They're very much known for their RPGs, and Yoshi is not even close to being an RPG. That said, if Square did, I feel like they would make the story a pretty decent focus, which is kind of an interesting proposition to me. Like, you guys have heard me rant about Yoshi's story before. Not Yoshi's story the game, like the overarching story of Yoshi, like the plot points, of which there is sparingly little. But if Square did make a Yoshi game, yeah, I feel like story would be a pretty major focus, and Boshi would probably be a part of it somehow. Because they do own Boshi. It was cool to see Boshi come back in Mario RPG, by the way. The remake there. But you know what was really interesting to me was that all of the other Yoshis had their more... All of the other Yoshis had their more modern shell designs. But Boshi still had, like, the old-fashioned Yoshi saddle look. Like from Super Mario World. And from the original Mario RPG, I suppose, would be more of an apt descriptor. Like, you get what I'm saying. Boshi had the saddle, whereas the other Yoshis had their more modern-looking shells. So, that was interesting. Just a little tidbit. They would probably just focus on making a more interesting world rather than focus on story, like Super Mario RPG, says Retro Records. Fair point. I guess I'm just hopeful that at some point, or wishful, I'm gonna say wishful, I'm not really hoping for this, I'm more accurately wishing for an expansion of, like, the story for Mario games. Like, we all like Mario games, I think. I know I do. But how much more awesome would the Mario games be if there was some overarching sort of lore sort of tying it all together? Even if it were, like, on the level of, you know, Kirby, where, like, it's not, like, expressed very much in the games at all, but, like, fans have connected the dots and that sort of thing, like, really delved into the story aspects of the Kirby games by themselves. Oh my, there's still more, I forgot. Oh, nuts! Oh, nuts! Like, even if it was to that level, how cool that would be. And like I've said before, I feel like a good place to start would be Yoshi. Is Yoshi's story the first time Yoshi stood up like a human? Says Yoshi Daffy Duck. Yes? I think so. It is the first appearance of Yoshi where he does stand in a more upright position rather than like a raptor. So yeah, I do think that Yoshi's Story is the first time we see that happen. Oh, should I keep going for this? I feel like I'm committed to this. I'm gonna give myself until 2:15. If I can't do it by then, or if I'm like really close and I feel like I can still do it, that could be cool, but it does restrict the game designers from using ideas that don't fit within that lore. This is Retro Records. I mean, I guess, but I don't know. I feel like they could get creative with it. Like, I thought what would be a really cool sort of idea for a story beat involving Yoshi. That's basically what happened with Sonic. Well, putting it that way. Yeah, I guess with like, Mario, like, he's been in like 250 some games, which is insane. And trying to tie all of those together, is a Herculean task to say the least. But still, I think that there's absolutely potential. And like I said, it could, well, for one, I guess you could just, you know, make it so that, well, did they don't really care about the story of Mario games. But has anyone ever, like, confirmed that the Mario RPGs are canon in any way? I don't know. But I feel like, you know, they could start with just the main series games, and I guess you could include Yoshi in that, I guess, because really, like, the side games for the Mario series, like the games with Wario, Peach, Luigi, and Yoshi, I think they have the most potential in terms of story, but in particular Yoshi, I think. There is some Kirby-esque lore with stuff Egad and Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion, and Superstar Saga. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, there's certainly some lore that the fans can piece together. I guess I do want it to be more of a front and center sort of thing. Mostly just because I feel like that would give Yoshi a more, you know, central role, I guess. Like, well, okay. Here's kind of what I'm thinking. You remember in Yoshi's Island DS where Artoon basically made the story beat of the various different Mario characters having, or the main cast of the Mario characters, being star children, and then they just never did anything with that? I'd kind of like to see that expanded on. And again, I feel like, you know, Yoshi would be a good place to start. I'll be making a video on that at some point in the future. Oh my. I think I've got some pretty cool ideas. Oh man, I've missed so many streams, says Cone. That's okay, Cone. You know, I always say, come when, come when you can, or when you want to, but it's not a priority. Don't feel pressured to come. Or to make it a priority. With that said, welcome to the stream. I was gonna say, it's more Zelda's role to be the story-focused Nintendo series, but even that is moving away from story now, says Retro Records. I mean, I feel like it's just a general principle that Nintendo isn't huge into stories. I mean, there's certainly some people in the Nintendo crew that, you know, any semblance of story was derived from them, like, I think his name was Koizumi. I forget what his full name was, but Koizumi, was responsible for, like, the Rosalina story beat in Mario Galaxy, and he slipped that under Shigeru Miyamoto's nose. Like, to that extent, there are some people that care somewhat about the story. And that kind of gives me a little bit of hope. But overall, like, Nintendo really doesn't seem all that interested in the idea of providing a story for their games. Like you said, Zelda is the most prominent example of story in Nintendo games, but even that seems to be slipping these days. Especially with just how complicated the overall story has gotten with, like, the branching timeline and, like, the reconvening of it and whatnot. Oh. Metroid is probably the best at it, says Retro Records. Metroid has been awesome in terms of story. I've loved what they've done with Metroid. Like, I think that the story of Metroid is actually pretty cool in that, well, one, it's just a cool story overall. But two, like, it's a story and a character you can really get invested in, because unlike the Zelda series, where it's just the reincarnation of, like, 3 different spirits that represent, like, the different forces or parts of the Triforce, that being the Zelda, Ganon, and Link sorts of reincarnations every cycle. I mean, well, Ganon kind of is a bit more of a complicated case, but anyway, instead of it just being reincarnations of the same spirits of characters over and over again, Samus is the only iteration of Samus. Like, it's much easier to get invested in her story, because, like, let's go. Oh no! Because, like, whatever happens to Samus is basically permanent. In a story sort of sense. Like, the fact that Samus has Metroid DNA infused in her from the vaccine from Metroid Fusion, that's just a permanent thing now, and that, like, what happens to Samus in those stories matters. And, like, in a sense, some of that stuff gets undone at the end of each game, but, you know, there's large overarching story beats that are maintained. And I feel like that's something that the Zelda series, that's something that the Metroid series does better than the Zelda series. And again, not that story is a huge focus for the folks over at Nintendo, but like you said, Metroid does a really good job with its lore and story. And especially in games like Metroid Prime, where, like, the story doesn't have to be a big focus if you don't want it to be, but boy, those log entries and all that, like all the Chozo artifacts and whatnot, like, you can really get a rich sort of story experience from that game if you want to go looking for it, and I think that's awesome. And I didn't used to care about story all that much when I was younger, but over the past, well, I guess few years would be an adequate description. Over the past few years especially, I've really gotten to care about story more and more, just because, like, just to be clear, I do still think that the gameplay is the most important part, but I'm starting to see story as being more important now than I used to think it was, because it gives you more of an attachment to the game and to the characters, and it really gets you attached to the game series itself. There's all these there's all these times when people will say, like, what would the Legend of Zelda, or what would the next Legend of Zelda game be like if, like, the Legend of Zelda name wasn't attributed to it? Like, would people like it as much? Like, would Breath of the Wild be, well, I guess Breath of the Wild is a bad example, because that's a great game just on its own merits, not just the fact that it's a Zelda game, but, like, I don't know, take any of the Zelda games, like Ocarina of Time or Link to the Past or whatnot, and say, if it wasn't a Zelda game, would it have done as well? Would people care about it as much? It's one of those things that, like, it's not only brand recognition, but it's like an attachment to the characters and the story that, like, you get invested in. Like, I'm starting to see that story is important in that aspect. Like, you really get attached to the world and the characters and invested in the game series as a whole. And it kind of just keeps you going with the series, keeps you interested in it. I don't know. Does any of that make sense? I feel like it. I feel like it makes sense. Okay. I'll get back to the comments here in a minute, guys. As you can see, I'm needing to focus quite a bit here. All the good that does me. How old is the Yoshi from Yoshi's Island is now since Mario's a baby and this Yoshi is an adult or maybe a teen, says Yoshi Daffy Duck. Well, hang on, I'll get back to that. Every time I play different Zelda games, each feels like a parallel universe that just happens to have the same characters, says LP. Yeah, and like it technically is a like one timeline, but like it may as well not be, because I mean they're all so far removed from each other in terms of like time and all that. Just the recurrence of the main theme is all that connects them, basically. Anyway, so for your question, Yoshi Daffy Duck, this isn't the... I don't think that these are the Yoshis that, you know, we see in later, like, Mario games. And in particular, the main Yoshi that we see in Super Mario World and all the spin-offs and all that. Super Mario Galaxy 2. This Yoshi is, or that Yoshi is like, I've theorized that he's the Star Child Yoshi. Like, one of the Yoshis that actually, has some lore significance to him. Some importance placed on this particular Yoshi. Similar to all the other Mario characters, because he is a Star Child Yoshi. Or a Star Child, that Yoshi is. And again, like, it's kind of frustrating that, Nintendo hasn't explored that story beat. I think that would be a really cool thing. To, like, really explore that story beat. But I don't think they actually care. What a different world it would be if they actually did. I think for Zelda, it's more valuable to have individual experiences that have memorable and complete characters and stories, rather than trying hold on to things every time. Each Zelda game has themes that just work better when not played as a sequel, says Retro Records. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe like, or maybe like I'm figuring the wrong lesson from what you're saying here, but maybe like the larger a series is, the more games are in it. Well, obviously the harder it is to make a story, like a cohesive one. But also, like, the more important it is to come up with an interesting way to make the story, well, engaging in a way that you can play just one and still get a full experience. I guess it also... I guess the other downfall to having, like, an overarching story that is, like highly emphasized in the games is you get the problem of people being hesitant to jump into the series so late into it. Like, take Metroid, for example. I'm sure that there were plenty of people that are like, this is Metroid 5. Should I play the other Metroid games first? Meanwhile, you don't really have that problem with Zelda. Like, each one is a, you know, it's part of an overall story, but it also stands as its own, like, self-contained sort of, you know, not universe, but self-contained experience. Self-contained story. Like, it's a complete story in and of itself, but it's also just part of something greater. That just means, like, hey, if you haven't played Ocarina of Time, no worries. You can try out Wind Waker. Like, you're not gonna be missing out on all that much. Well, there's some reasons why you would probably benefit from playing Ocarina of Time before the others, but you know, I won't get into those right now. Ocarina of Time is probably a bad example because that's kind of the one that basically all the other Zelda games stem from. For example, both Hero of Time and Hero of Winds both have arcs about growing up, both in their own unique way. The Hero of Time couldn't be placed into the Hero of Winds role because Ocarina of Time, after Ocarina of Time, because he's already grown up. That's true. Seeing Yoshi skiing makes me want to go ski, but I don't think I'll be able to for a long time, says LP. Skiing is one of those things that more intimidates me than anything. Oh, jeez. Like, you hear all those horror stories of people getting injuries from, you know, skiing trips and all that. If anything, I would want to learn how to snowboard. I don't know how, like, the injuries compare, but it just seems like it would take a little less coordination to snowboard rather than ski. Ooh, 2 extra lives, nice. It's actually getting to be kind of important here. It would restrict Nintendo from making the Wind Waker story if they had to continue things straight from Ocarina of Time, says Retro Records. That's definitely a fair point. Oh, no! Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games are known for their stories, says Yoshi Daffy Duck and Donald Duck fan. I don't know anything about the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, but I'll take your word for it for sure. Oh, I squandered a bunch of extra lives, dude. I want to get this. I feel like I'm close. It probably would be best if I could get a bunch of extra lives, but I don't foresee that happening. Well, there's a way. Which level was it with the bandits? Like, I could try to get a watermelon. Get a bunch of extra lives. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a good point, Retro Records. And I think, in that, with that in mind, the Zelda series does seem like it benefits more from that kind of story that, you know, it's like on a big timeline, and like each game is kind of its own. Each game is its kind of own, its own self-contained experience and self-contained story. Final Fantasy does that too, and I wonder if they do that for the same reason. I don't think this is worth it. Even then, I think Wind Waker, more than any other Zelda game, fits what you want out of a story. It's more direct of a sequel than it seems, says Retro Records. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely agree with that. I'm giving up on getting more extra lives. I'm just going for it. I'm gonna keep going for it. Yeah, because it really does have some major important story beats from Ocarina of Time, as like I was saying earlier, using Wind Waker as a jumping in point if you haven't played Ocarina of Time. Bad example, because like you said, it is a bit more of a direct sequel than it seems, because it does borrow themes from, or it does borrow elements from Ocarina of Time. Like, there's this, like, the fact that the place is flooded is because of events that transpired after Ocarina of Time. There's, like, the ceremony that they have on that island, that is very much influenced by the Hero of Time. It's the same Ganon from Ocarina of Time. And he very much notes that he's encountered the Master Sword before. Like, those sorts of story beats are pickups from Ocarina of Time, and you're right, like, that does make it more of a solid sequel than anything else. Bro, you're still live, says Solar Flare. Yeah, I finished up World 4, but I really, really want to get this, I really want to get the ski level finished up. Just so that I can say that I 100% completed half of the levels in World 4, at least. I'll feel somewhat content about that. There we go. You've been streaming for 3 hours and 30 minutes, says LP. I sure have. Last time I think I streamed like 4.5 hours. That's definitely not happening tonight. And the amount of progress that I've made kind of shows that. Alright, I was just saying hi, lol, says Solar Flare. Okie dokie. Thank you for coming back and saying hello. Oh my. Okay. This is the part I need some extra focus on. Oy. Okay, okay, is this it? Did I do it? I did! Yes! Finally! Woo! That's awesome. Which you, as someone who's played Ocarina of Time, would understand why he's so attached to it. Oh, sorry. It's more of a direct sequel than it seems. The other main theme of Wind Waker is leaving behind the past, which the past, in this case, is Ocarina of Time, which is what Ganondorf is holding on to. Which you, as someone who's played Ocarina of Time, would understand why he's so attached to it. You would also understand why he's so humbled now after the events of Ocarina of Time. Even with the initial event of the Great Flood happening because Ocarina of Time Link wasn't there to save everyone, it all links to the theme of letting go of the past. Says Retro Records. Very, very solid point. They wanted a hero who has long gone to save them instead of creating a new hero with the kids who live today. Says Retro Records. Man, what a deep take for Wind Waker. That's awesome. Okay. Well, I definitely feel like we could have done a little better. But all told, I did 100% complete half of the levels in World 4, and I did pretty well on the others. I don't know, I feel like this was a moderate success. We got through World 4, which was definitely one of like the main points here. So yeah, I guess next time we'll go ahead and get going on World 5, guys. Which is what ended up happening long after with the Hero of Wind, says Retro Records. Yoshi can be both cute and odd at times, says Yoshi Daffy Duck. True, he can. Okay, well, I feel like... Oh, man. That could have gone better, but it could have gone worse. I feel like just getting through World 4 was like the primary goal for this stream. But... you know, we completed a fair number of those levels, half of them. And, yeah, we're gonna continue with this sort of approach, I think, for the next 2 streams. I'm gonna try to finish World 5 next stream, World 6 in the stream after that, and then if I feel like it, I'll try and go back and 100% complete the rest of it. And then, when Princess Peach Showtime comes out, we'll play that. And then I might come back and finish this up, maybe. We'll see. I'm not really sure yet, but I do want to finish this before, before Princess Peach Showtime comes out. That's the goal. I think Wind Waker's story is my favorite part of it, says Retro Records. Honestly, after the way you've been explaining it, I can definitely see why. Best of luck, says Janandro. Thank you very much, Janandro. I don't know if you're... Have you seen Ember Labs' Terrible Fate? No, I haven't. I'm not at all familiar with what that is. Janandro, I don't know if you're new here. It's a fan-made Majora's Mask short. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. Anyway, probably a Sky cameo and Peach Showtime video. Says Yoshi Daffy Duck. Yeah, I guarantee Sky's gonna want to be part of the Princess Peach Showtime live stream series. Janandro, I don't know if you're new here or not, but if you are, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I hope you enjoyed yourself in this stream. I hope to see you again. I like that all of the mainline Zelda games excel in their own way. Makes them more unique. I gotta get some sleep, says Janandro. Well, thanks again for tuning into the stream. It was awesome to meet you. It'd be awesome to see you again. Now, Majora has the best world building, says Retro Records. Wind Waker has the best story. Oh my goodness. Thanks for the stream, Jeff, says Aurora. Thank you for tuning in and sticking around. I'm glad that you got to stick around and see me, take on and beat that skiing level. That was great. Twilight Princess has the best characters. Yeah, I could see that. I did like the character dynamics of Twilight Princess. But yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for this stream, guys. Had a lot of fun. It seems like you guys did too. It was great to chat with you all. Breath of the Wild has the best gameplay. I can also agree with that. Zelda lore is too hard to understand, says Blues Cat. Oh man. I don't know. I feel like it's not that bad. But maybe it's just because I'm into the weeds. Skyward Sword, I don't know if that game... I don't know, that game kind of sucks, lol, says Retro Records. How about... Oh, man. I want to say best music, but I don't know if I can give it that. I just really, really like Ballad of the Goddess theme. I really like that song. And Ocarina of Time has the best vibes, says Retro Records. I guess. Yeah, you make some very solid points, Retro Records. But anyway, I think it's high time that I wrap up, guys. It's time for sleepies. And it's time to wrap up the stream. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, feel free to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you'll be notified when I go live or post a video. Feel free to join the Discord if that strikes your fancy. You can chat with me. I love chatting with the fans. You can, sorry for yapping a bit there. No worries, man. Honestly, I really enjoy your insights whenever you tune in. It's always a pleasure to have you. Let's see what else. You can recommend games for me to play, although I've pretty much got this most of this year planned out for live stream series, really. There's gonna be a lot of Yoshi. But other games too. So, yeah. Feel free to recommend games. You can recommend live stream music for me to start the stream with or to end the stream with. You can do fun stuff like post pictures of your food or post your favorite memes or your own artist creations. I actually am looking for some artistic talent to aid me in a future video. The video is not going to be for a while yet, but I am looking for artists to assist in that one. So feel free to check out the community creations tab if that interests you. Next live stream should be on Friday next week, starting around 10 or 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know, whenever the kids go to bed, basically. We'll be plowing through more of Super Mario World 2 Plus. I'm hoping to get through World 5 next time. We'll see. That might be a lofty goal. And one more quick thing. I am still making progress on the Yoshi's New Island retrospective video. I filmed all of my on-camera segments last weekend. I did not get to start the editing process this week, but I hope to in the very near future. It's starting to feel good, guys. It's starting to feel like it's coming together. Just have to edit it and put together the thumbnail, and we'll have a retrospective, baby. But it's still gonna be a little while, because it's a long video. It's gonna take me a long time to edit it. But yeah, hope you guys are looking forward to that. In the meantime, I am putting up a new video on my dad's channel. My dad has a YouTube channel, if none of you, or if any of you didn't know that. can't wait for you to hit Scott the Woz level popularity, says Retro Records. That ain't ever gonna happen, but it's nice to dream, isn't it? But yeah, I'm putting up a new video on my dad's channel, probably tomorrow. But maybe not. Depends on if I can make the final little changes to the video that I need to. He made homemade maple syrup in the woods. So I'm gonna share that in the Discord server when that's up and running. If you want to watch my dad make homemade maple syrup in the woods using his very own DIY pizza oven, yeah, feel free to check that out. It's a lot of fun. Don't forget me when you're famous after this video, says Retro Records. That would be funny if that worked out that way. I don't know, like I never thought I would get to 1,000 subs, but here we are. Never say never. I just recently came back to Ocarina of Time because I never actually finished it, lol. If that happens, I want to see it, says LP. Alright, well anyway. All that aside, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. I always enjoy having you guys hop in and, you know, partake in the streams. It's always a blast. You guys are the ones that make this fun. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. Hopefully we'll see you next time. See you guys.